As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my word. Okay. Okay. So much to do. Oh, stress. Stress. What is that doing over here? What even are we doing over here? Unbelievable. Okay. So much to cover. Jeepers. Jeepers. I'm drowning. Don't mind me. Just drowning. Wait, did my chat not work? Of course it didn't. Refresh the page. Ugh. There it goes. There goes all of the chat. Unbelievable. Just took 10 years. Just, that's fine. Silly thing. Absolutely ridiculous. It's been broken this whole time. On my end, yeah, it looked fine for you guys, just not for me. All I could see was Rumble chat. Alright, let me catch up. Unbelievable. Wild, hi Wild, very good to see you. Guts, hello Guts. Hope your stream's going well, unless you ended. Wait, did you end? You did end. Oh, okay, bet. Hope your stream went well. Past tense. Very good to see you, Mel. Hi, Mel. Hello. I see an Aki. Hello, Aki. Very good to have you in. Thank you for calling out the peeps. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. Very much. Scroll bars, scroll barring, and then we're there. We're here. We've arrived. Hello. Greetings. Salutations all. We're going to need a good drink right out of the gate. Right out of the heckin' gate. Because it won't do for me to welcome you in without something. We've got to have something. So, you know what? Tonight is a fancy as hell night. And I'm thinking we go fancy as hell sort of right off the rip. What do you think? I think right off the rip, I think that's the way. I think that's how we do it. I think that's how we do. Because, you know, I like a do da cha-cha. So I'm thinking... Oh, yeah. You know what? You know what we're going to do? One, we're going for fancy as hell. And two, because we didn't get to it last time. And three, we're going to Port Charlotte. We're going to Port. Because I want it. Because it's that kind of night. It's that kind of occasion. Today's a biggin, gang. A biggin indeed. A biggin indeed. But yes, greetings. Salutations all. Hope you're doing well. First component of an ideal talk. Tonight's not a proper talk. Tonight's not one of those. But, you know, good drink. A little bit of bottle asthma. Do you mind? Do you want a little, just a touch, just a taste? I could tell. That was a good one. All right, a little bit of the classic. A little bit of the laddie. Just to get us off to a good start here. Just to whet our whistle. Ooh. Loves me, the laddie. It's a good one. If you guys aren't familiar with the laddie, it's a keeper. Okay, there we go. That looks nice. That looks nice. Looks a little bare bones back there now, but you know what? That's okay. We'll live. Very good to see you guys. I appreciate that all of you have sacrificed time to be here on this most auspicious day. It means an awful heckin' lot. An awful heckin' lot. Oh yeah. Forget about it. Forget about it. That's a good one right there. That's a keeper right there. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. All right. Let me catch up. I missed so many things. I apologize. Blinker fluid accountability. Is that right? There it is. There's the blinker fluid. Helly, it's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for calling out the people. I appreciate you guys. Judge, very good to have you in. Hope that you're well. Hi, Leanne. Hello. Jeepers. Who? Yes, the people who have Jeeps. That's right. That includes you and Aki now. That's right. It be like that. Squirrel actually made it here, and I'm glad to see you, my friend. Welcome on in, sir. The pleasure's mine. Hiya, Blaze. Hello, a teetotaler. in my disappointment mug. You're having tea? Wow. What kind of tea? I like it. Teetotalers, very fun. Pep! It's good to see you, sir. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Dork, how you doing, Dorks? You look sharp. Thank you. Just trying to dress in a manner worthy of you. You know this, Dork. You know this. Cheers to you. Welcome on in. And good asthma. I'm glad that it's a good asthma, Mel. Sorry to hear you're feeling sick. That's lousy. Boo! What is the laddie? It's just it's their introductory, it's their flagship pour. It's an Isla Scotch, but it's not like heavily peated. That's the thing. It's just a regular sort of whiskey for them, regular Scotch. So let's see, what is their description of this thing? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Created to capture our elegantly robust and floral house style, each batch of the classic laddie is unpeated with a unique recipe. It is an embodiment of our distilling philosophy. Slow trickle distillation, unrivaled cask selection, all Isla maturation, and an uncompromising approach to bottling, blah, 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 blah. It's an unpeated. It's just a scotch with barley. That's it. Anyways, the Port Charlotte is peated. Heavily peated. The poor man's Octomore back there. It's a good one. Look at that dapper looking dude. I'm glad. You'll think so, my friend. You know this. Just trying to dress the manner worthy of you, Helly. Just trying to dress in a manner worthy. Do not skip that redeem that I redeemed immediately. Eye drop content, y'all. We're doing it. We're hitting that eye drop content. We're going for guts. Wow, that was not good. That was not my finest work. That was, geez. We went for speed and zero accuracy. We got them there, but gee, by the hair of mine, chinny, chin, etc. And that's a pig joke because I'm fat, you see. Golly, I gotta lose another 10 pounds, y'all. I'm dying over here. I'm done. It's unbelievable. That's what it is. A little virtual hugs to Mel. That's right. Pass them out. Pass them out the teal one. That's right, Guts. You asked for it the other day. And you ask and you shall receive, etc. Etc. Testy! It's good to see you, my friend. I hope that you've been well. I was talking about you the other day. If your ears are ringing, it's because I was talking about you on Monday. Hope you're doing all right, my dude. Current CNRs versus classes, for lack of a better term. How's that to work out? I haven't even announced anything publicly yet. Squirrel. Nobody but you knows what we're... Spoilers! We're going to be getting to that. We're going to be getting to that. I got to explain all the stuff to all the people. Only the crews got to hear what you guys have so far. I was overdue for a good hash whooping by some illness, and it got me. Just in time for my vacation. That's good. That's good. That's what you want out of a vacation. That's what you want out of a vacation is illness. Yeah, that's me and my European trip. As we well know, that was a trash RSV. That was the worst. It was oof. I wasn't sure what kind of liquor spirit it was. Oh, may I have to look into it? Oh yeah, the classic laddie is great. Big fan. Big fan. It's the flagship for Bruich Laddie, the distillery there. Port Charlotte, yeah, is one of their peated options. But yeah, as far as like standard Scotch goes, their classic laddie is sort of their introductory pour. Yeah, good price point too. Total Wine, I think, is the cheapest. Yeah, it's a good one. But yes, welcome one and all. Very good to have you guys in on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. That's crazy. Don't forget, Rumble is a combination of Twitch and YouTube, you guys. So you can like the video, and that helps push us up in like whatever silly little algorithm they've got for a brand new platform. It's little baby algorithm, little pat algorithm. So, you know, your likes actually mean something. So do comments and involvement in chat and just having a tab open and all that jazz. So I appreciate all of you guys who are on PC and you can multiple tabs is it. I appreciate you. Means a lot, you guys. Means an awful heckin' lot. Let me see here. Going over that short, I'm sure. Helly is correct. It's true. Current group meetings. Yes, yes. I will be getting to that. Drops made in my eyes. Let's go. Good for you, Guts. Get that hydration. Must have talked my ear off because I actually have an ear infection. Oh, we did talk about you a little bit. We did talk about you a little bit, Testy. I'm sorry you have an ear infection. That's lousy. Gonna be lurk working. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Gus, if you found the throat lozenges, yeah, please send. Oh, no. You don't want them. You do not want them. Those things are ridiculous. I did not go looking for them, incidentally. Wasn't expecting to spend my staycation talking with this man's for 6+ hours. Well, here we are. That's why I'm fully expecting a bill. Because it wasn't a vacation for you. Okay, so, gang, boy howdy, we have a lot of ground to cover tonight. Yes, we do. I am checking all of all the stuff is all set up. Very good. Why they changed how Rumble Studio looks, and it threw me off my groove. It just did. It threw me off my groove. I don't like it. I don't like it, Jasper. Not one bit. Okay, lurks are current, or at least it appears so. Are we putting friends before frames? Are we taking care of our people? It appears so. What's happening over on Rumble? Oh, you finished. Oh, so did you. Oh, this is super exciting. Oh my god, so did you. 3 of you ended 4. Oh my gosh. So much bandwidth to reclaim. Oh, and then you 2 went live. All right, fine. Half of the bandwidth we get to reclaim. Okay. Got Spartan pulled up. Very excite. Very excite. Very good. Very good. We take care of our people. Of our people. Of our people. And you... And you... And that is an emote that does not transfer over. Hilarious. That's my bad. Very embarrassing. That's what I get for being in a hurry. That is what I get. I deserve this. I'm the idiot who messed it up. Okay, let's hear this. Normal or short conversation sounds like you problem. Ha ha! That's hilarious. That's hilarious. It's true. Mans just can't. Wasn't expecting to be roped in that much. Yep, it's true. Helly has been invaluable, you guys. Invaluable. There's a handful of Zems out there. I don't know how many of them want to be mentioned, so I'm not mentioning anybody. But Helly already outed himself, so I could think of several worse ways to spend 6+ hours. Yeah, sharp stick in the eye for 6 hours? That'd be crazy. He can't be concise when he cares not to be precise. Unfortunately, that situation is rare. When he cares to be precise. That's true. That's accurate, Squirrel. That is accurate. I do aim for precision, and boy, I really ran into that today. I had a lot to try to get the wording on clearly, because the wording, like, trying to be understood, to mitigate misunderstanding is complicated, yes. It is complicated, y'all. It's more complicated than I think most people appreciate. So, okay. Tonight, I have some very exciting announcements, okay? I'm going to be missing a bunch of chat as I hold forth. We'll end up like me, exactly. Don't end up like Guts. I mean, except in like she's a really good, like, human person, friendo. But not in the eyes kind of way, okay? Don't end up in the eyes kind of department that Guts is in. Don't do it. Avoid if necessary. No, avoid if at all possible. Not necessary. It is necessary. Okay, so, wow. I'm going to miss a lot. There's a lot to cover. I'm going to idle around for a few more minutes, let some people trickle in. But yeah, there's much to say. So I'm grateful indeed for all of you who have sacrificed some time to be here tonight. I know a lot of you guys already heard a lot of the ground being covered in this because I talked to you guys on Wednesdays during the rendezvous. And for all of you who are unfamiliar with the hell I'm talking about, I announced several weeks ago that there was going to be a change. There was going to be an announcement. There was going to be movement with the CNRs and the future of them, the future of the Mafia community. And I said that I was going to be announcing that. I was hoping to announce that weeks ago, months ago, in fact. But the Hot Brides medical stuff really threw off my schedule for a lot of this and a lot of planning. But this has been in the works for over a year. Obviously, things got put on hiatus when we were in the hospital. And it took a while to pick up the pieces, but here we are. And it has been absolutely like cramming. Just cram session for weeks, trying to not delay this any further. Because this has already been delayed longer than I expected. I would say longer than I would have liked, but I guess I'm pretty happy with how things shaked out in terms of like a calendar. So, that's what I'm pleased to be here now, and I finally get to announce things to you now. So, I will be talking about the future of these things, but the first people that I talked to about it were in the rendezvous, the people who are actively involved in their crews. And I threatened that last week as well. I told the folks then, I'm going to be talking to you guys on Wednesday, and you're going to hear all the stuff, and I'm going to tell you the things. Hooray! It's going to be great. But then I like immediately I was trying to be concise in those calls, and per Squirrel's comment, it was anything but. Yeah, so I ended up using all of the time in all of the calls on Wednesday to answer questions, but more to be clear, to be understood. And I explained a lot of stuff to them, the folks who are already doing this, the folks who already have skin in the game with this, the folks who are already doing this communitying, humaning gym type stuff. And so I talked them through what my plans are, what my vision is for the future. I talked about some of my vision for the future a handful of Fridays ago. And now tonight I get to bring a lot more to bear. Now that said, there are still surprises to come. There are still announcements to come, but there's already a lot to announce tonight. There's already a lot of changes that are going to be kicking off tonight. And so I was kindly advised / asked by the people around me, Gus, maybe don't announce every single thing on one single night. It's already going to be an awful lot. Maybe delay that. Just push that off a couple weeks. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to wait several weeks now to announce some other big changes that are coming, plans that I have for this project and its expansion. But yes, for right now, I'm going to be sharing with you guys something big enough to stand on its own 2 feet. It doesn't need any cheerleaders around it. It's on its own. But yes, so this is something I've wanted to do for over a year. Parts of this, and a lot has been refined, and this is the consequence of no small number of man hours that have been put into this project. Not just by me, though of course by me, but by all the people who have sacrificed a lot of time to listen to me yammer and process about it. And also all of the leaders who are helping me coordinate and carry this thing into the future. So it wouldn't be possible without them. Tonight is the result of all of their labor as well. So I suspect many of you will have questions about things, and I will answer those questions as well as I am able in the course of my explaining things, in the hopes that by the end of it, you really don't have any questions and it's all sort of been addressed. That said, if I miss your question specifically tonight, I would still like to hear it. If I miss it because I'm holding forth and I miss what's going on in chat, I still want to know what concerns and considerations, things that you guys may have that I've not thought of. I do not pretend I have all of the answers. I do not pretend I will have thought of every single thing. I have not. I'm human. Gasp, I know. So if you've got a question, if you've got a clarification, if you've got a whatever, the Consulente in the Mafia community Discord, with which most of you are familiar, they are helping me field questions and consolidate a bunch of data and information for all of this. They're being quite helpful. And so you can DM really any one of them, and the information will make it into the pool of Consulente, who can get it to me, and we can field those questions and sort stuff out. And if there is something that we've an oversight of some kind, we will together get it sorted out. So that's my ask. Please be patient with me, as tonight will be tonight'll be a lot. And for what it's worth, my voice is very tired because I already talk a lot. Yes, I already talk a lot on Wednesdays. Yes. This Wednesday, I talked for 14 hours nonstop. I think I had a 15-minute break somewhere near the morning. And my voice is still recovering some. I also talked a lot yesterday in the last-minute cram sessions with the likes of Helly and others, and the other Consulente, who have been, again, invaluable in processing all these things. So huge thanks to everybody who's been a part of it. And thank you all for your patience in dealing with the gravel voice. It's going to be solved by whiskey. Maybe. Probably not. But maybe. Maybe. Clap sync for tier. Who? Who? What are we? Huh? I don't know what that means. I don't get it. Don't understand. Relationships, friendships, new responsibilities, and community support. Expansion is what you're talking about. Yeah. Can't type fast today. I'm subject to typos. That's right, Judge. We're going to be talking about a lot of that. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Not feeling too well at the moment. Oh, someone will be able to DM me a summary of these updates. I need to hop off of here's. Oh my god, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. I'm so sorry. Oh god. It's lousy. It's lousy. Rat! Rat, do you go by Roy? Do you go by Rat? It's good to see you. Welcome on in. Oh, that's why my Rumble chat's behaving weird. That's why. Oh, that's so embarrassing. It's because I was scrambling, you guys. It's because I was absolutely scrambling. There it goes. So dumb. So dumb. Salud. Good to have you in. Good to have you in indeed. Where is there something sharp on here, or am I crazy? I don't know. Just falling apart, you guys. Just dying. Burst out yelling in chat until you hear everything. Yeah. Just yell in chat. That's right. That's right. Either. Very well, Roy. Very well. Glad to have you. Welcome to Mine Pleasure. The pleasure's mine to have you in mine humble abode. My name's Gus. Welcome, welcome. Hope the time zones have been kind to you. Tonight we get to chat about some important stuffs about the expansion of the Mafia community, into which you've stumbled. So, a pleasure indeed to have you. You clapped on screen so Tier can sync up audios and visual. Oh! You mean the action. The, clacker? Is that what they're called? The clacker ding and take whatever. That thing? Those things are handy, let me tell you. They are handy. But yes. Clapping. Okay. I've left raids enabled for tonight, you guys, because I want as many people as possible to hear this. Even if that means I have to re-explain some things and retread some stuff. Yeah, I've left them enabled. I am going to also attempt to chop down, actually, on the nose of Place's comment, I am going to attempt to chop down sort of a the truncated version of this. This will already be a shorter version than what people on Wednesdays heard, or on this past Wednesday heard, because not everybody here is familiar with all of the ins and outs and the history of the Mafia and our community and the rendezvous, and so it would be not helpful to every old body. Tonight will already be shorter, and it is my hope that I can cram tomorrow, ideally, to chop down that, and yes, have a uploaded, shareable, shortcut version of what all is happening, what all is going on, so that we can share it. I mean, I'm roping you guys into this, with anybody in the community that you could think of that would benefit from it, in this community or our expanded community, of course. So, yes, I'm going to try very hard to get that out sooner rather than later, because as you will quickly hear tonight, we're in crunch time for getting this off the ground. Getting what off the ground? The ambitious start to an ambitious end. I have some very large dreams. And there's a reason for that. It's not on accident. It's not on accident. As you guys have already heard, me talk about historically, but more importantly, by the stuff that you have experienced in your day-to-day life. Just look around, look at the world, look at literally any of the media that you consume. Our world is kind of in a shitty spot, not gonna lie. Kind of gross, kind of bad. We have choice. We each do. Okay? I understand it, and I appreciate a good commiserating session. Okay? I very much appreciate gathering around with some folks and just bitching about the state of things. I get it. It can feel cathartic to just complain about the terrible. Totally got that. Totally understand. We have two options. Curse the darkness or light a candle. Now, some of you will think, what difference could I make? I am not particularly skilled in whatever. I don't think that I could make a difference. And even if I did light a candle for my own self, my own personal responsibility, get my own house in order, control my own conduct and all the rest of that, one light in this sea of misery and darkness is insignificant. Perhaps. But I am banking on more than just one of us taking this stuff seriously. I, for my part, am going to do it. Not because I can count on others to do so. Not because I can be assured that enough people will take up the charge, take this seriously, and to live this stuff meaningfully and well in such a fashion that we actually course correct. That we right the ship, that we actually begin to reverse some of the damage, that we slow the rot. Not because I'm banking on others, but because it's right. Because it's good. I will do the right thing because it's the right thing. I'm not counting on anyone else to do that, but I can rest easy at night. I can go down to sleep knowing I have done absolutely everything in my power to help. I can't solve it all. Of course not. No one of us can. But I can do my part. I'll not merely curse the darkness, though again, a good commiseration session from time to time is a good thing to do in community, and it can be cathartic if paired with a plan to do something about it. At least on a personal level. And I plan on doing something about it on a personal level. And I hope you will too. That's what tonight is about. Tonight is about seeing the problems in the world and deciding you are going to light a light. Light a candle. Small though it may be, it is the right thing to do. And as the veterans of this channel have many times heard me say, the right thing and the easy thing are rarely the same thing. I hope you will consider doing something difficult. I hope you will consider what we in the Mafia community call doing hard mode. Many of us are gamers, of course. I'll borrow the language from wherever I can. It is my hope that you will do difficult things, that you will embark upon difficulty for what good remains of this world, because it is right, and for no other reason. Do your level best, I'll do mine. My thesis, and I've laid this out before in places like my mission statement. My mission statement. This is a pithy version of it. This is a short little easy version of it. The longer version of what I wrote out. It took me a long time, a good chunk of 2025, to put my thinking to words about convictions and what I believe that this community is for, what my being on the internet is purposed with, and the spirit that animates my action here, that emboldens me, the thing that's behind this business, the thing that breathes life into this. I spelled all that out in the Mafia manifesto. It's in the top left of the Discord. Links for the usual things in the usual places. I won't insult your intelligence. Check the Browse Channels tab, by the way, if you can't see the Mafia manifesto, because a couple people are like, where? And it's unchecked under Browse Channels. You got to make sure it's checked so you can see it. Anyways, that's a longer version of what I aim to achieve here and why, like, what it is I believe we're up against. And the short version of it is, we're up against some pretty existential stuff right now, y'all. Again, you need only look around. We're in a bad way. I've seen a lot of memes out there, and I'm sure you have too, of, we're not going to make it. Humans, I mean, that meme format. Yeah. Well, some of those are, of course, quite silly, but there's some seriousness to that. I believe that the stuff we are up against with our inability to human well, chiefly, this is my chunk of this. This is the thing that I've drilled down on, is the humaning, the ability to interact with one another well, wisely, intelligently, effectively. I think that's the cornerstone of all else. I think if we fail to get this right and fail to take this seriously, it leads to all the other problems we have. Therefore, if we can get this humaning bit right, if we can do this bit well, it will assuage many of all the rest of the problems, if not all of them. I'd say the root of most of our problems, if not all of them, are the people involved, yours truly included. Where each of us disappointments, screw-ups, to ourselves, to others, we fail, we fall short of our responsibilities, our obligations, the things we've taken oaths to take seriously. All of us, we've messed it up. This unites us. We each have this shared amongst us. This disappointment stuff. We've got merch to that effect for this reason. It's silly and serious, the kind of building blocks I think necessary to a real relationship with real community. The kind I aim to foster here, as we will certainly get into tonight. So, the state of things is sort of bad. And a couple years ago when I started this, when I started streaming, yeah, I talked about this, and I knew that things weren't great. Nowadays, I think that this is civilization ending, something that I got to tell the folks on Wednesday when I talked about this. This is civilization destroying stuff. There's a root word there that matters a lot, civil. And we'll come back to that. Because I believe that is the problem, is that we're not civil anymore. We're not capable of being civil anymore. We've lost the muscles for this. Where a couple years ago, it was bad. Now it's pretty dang bad. It's pretty ugly. Can it be fixed? I'm an optimist. I think we can slow the spread. I think we can slow the rot. And that's my aim. So, I have an ambitious goal. I have a dream, an important one. The one that I wish to rope you all in on. We have a project in the Mafia community, hub of which is the Discord. called the CNRs, the Cosa Nostra Rendezvous. All right, and yeah, CNRs if you can't be bothered with either the Italian or the syllables. Okay, CNRs. The rendezvous are purposed with being our training ground for humaning, place where we actually practice this stuff, where we actually train. You know, as if it mattered, because it does, on how to interact with our fellow man. Tonight I'll be expanding upon this idea because I will be formalizing this idea. Some of you are familiar with the past iterations of this thing as we have guinea pigged this process, as we have experimented, as we've bumbled around in the dark. And of course, I'm speaking of myself here because I'm the facilitator of these things. So any weaknesses or shortcomings of the project to this point will be mine alone. And there are shortcomings and weaknesses. Shortcomings and weaknesses that I aim to address with tonight's announcement. A phrase that's been irking me as I've planned for this and planned for the expansion of the Mafia project is ease of access. I want to lower the barrier to entry for people to get plugged into community. I understand that there are a lot of people out there who are hurting and who've been hurt. Every one of us has been burned by our fellow man. Every one of us has every right to be reticent in entrusting ourselves to others. I totally understand that. It doesn't change the necessity that we are wired for a community. Each of us are built for this. And we die without it. Plain as that. Plain and simple. We die without it. I've got several dear friends right now that I care a great deal for, even in this community, who are actively dying, physically dying, because they refuse to get plugged into community. It would extend their lives. That's the data. That's the demographics. That's the empirical. I understand that community can be scary. I understand that it can be risky. Worthwhile things are. Again, the right thing and the easy thing are rarely the same thing. So my encouragement is to take seriously this as if your life depends on it, because it does. Incidentally, so do the lives of others. Our unwillingness to take this seriously and get this right has cost lives, even if it's not our own. Not yet. And it will continue to until we take this seriously. So I've lost no small amount of sleep these past weeks cramming for tonight. Cramming for what's to come. Ease of entry into community. Many people are frightened off by it. And you know what? Again, for good reason. And a lot of communities, especially those attached to Twitch communities, Rumble communities, YouTube communities, any online community, are filled just up to the brim with the parasocial stuff, right? The shallow. Of course they are. That's every relationship starts somewhere. And I don't blame any of one of these communities, including the people in the Mafia community, who treat things at a shallow level. I get that. It's where we begin. We have a joke in the existing crews and the people who've done this before about the weather. And when we talk about it, we have to start by talking about the weather. What else do we know we can talk about? What else can we explore when we don't know one another? We start with the weather, and we work up from there. My lamentation is about the communities, including those in this one, who stay there, who remain at the level of weather, who live in the shallows. I am looking to restore the correct order of things in community by bringing us back to the depth. Per my mission statement, I wish to restore our stomach for difficulty. And a phrase that I want us to get back to is agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Something we seem unable to do today, utterly incapable of. Now that may not be you. You may be uniquely gifted and equipped to negotiate in good faith in all circumstances, come what may. Good for you. That puts you in the extreme minority. And I suspect you know as much. We need, on a broader scale, people to take community seriously so that we can mitigate some of these problems. So, okay, how? Historically, we've had these rendezvous projects. These are small group get-togethers once a week. It's 90 minutes. We gather around and we talk about life. We process about what's happening in our world. We process what's happening in our lives, in our families, with our work. We process with one another. We shoulder one another's burdens. One of the chief benefits of being in community is that you can celebrate the highs and have people to do it with you. And when life is more like a house fire, literal or rhetorical, you've got community to sit in the ashes with you as you appropriately grieve, as you mourn the season that you find yourself in and the catastrophe that's visited itself upon you. We need community for such things, the highs and the lows. It's imperative. It's a very tall order, however, to meet someone, say, on Twitch chat, in Rumble chat, in YouTube chat, and say, howdy, stranger, why don't you join the Discord and jump into this thing? Just off you go. There's much more I could say about this, but suffice it to say, I want to ease this. I've had a couple people ask me in the past couple days, hey, is this project, the CNR project you're talking about, is this tethered to your stream? No. No. This is not going to be, nor has it ever been, an on-stream idea. This is not something that takes place here on the interwebs in this sense. It takes place in the Discord, offline. Private communications stay private. What happens in those calls stays in those calls. This doesn't need to be broadcast around. I want actual depth, and we can't do that using this. And incidentally, I can't process your ideas, and I can't shoulder your burdens appropriately with chat as the medium. It's not worthy of you. This impoverished medium, it does not allow for the layers of communication necessary to be understood well. Best case scenario, I got the gist of what you're after, but there's no syntax. I don't get to see what your eyes are doing when you're saying it. I don't get to hear the inflection in your voice or the pain in your voice. I miss all of that. So do we all. Everybody who sees this chat, perhaps you are negotiating in good faith, and again, that would put you in the minority, who right out the gate say, I'm going to look for the good in this communique. Even still, there will be misunderstandings, miscommunications. I aim to mitigate those. More often, however, someone is looking for the bad. Bad faith actor who's looking for a reason to be upset, looking for a reason to leave, looking for a reason to disagree and pick a fight, just itching for something to take umbrage with. That's much more often, much more common round these parts on the interwebs. We got to get away from this. And saying that here with you now won't move the needle on that. It won't move the needle there. That's the sad reality of it. I can lecture till I'm blue in the face about this sort of stuff, but until we do this together for real, it dies here. Lots of good intentions, lots of people who say, no, I will care. You're just going to change all of your habits and everything about your life just like that? By yourself? In a vacuum? 'Cause? How's that worked out for you in the past? Several weeks ago, I asked you guys about New Year's resolutions, so-called. And I spoke about this then. If you don't have accountability, if you don't have a community to take you to task, to hold you to account when you say, I'm going to change, you don't. extraordinarily rare would be the exception. Extraordinarily rare would be the person who just puts their head down and works their ass off and grows or changes in some significant way. We need people for this. It's another of the many benefits of community. We need this. We need one another in order to be better to ourselves. So, I can lecture till I'm blue in the face here, but I am very interested in the life change and the transformation that takes place in intimate community, where you can look someone in the eyes, put a face to the name, read the room, and develop the social cues necessary to do this well. After all, that's what wisdom is. The ability to navigate and negotiate life well. And I pursue wisdom above all else. I value it. I prize it more highly than I do all else. It is the treasure at the heart of the Mafia, is wisdom. If you'll have it. If you'll pursue it. My encouragement is, it's much easier to do in community. So, okay, off we go. First big announcement of things that will be happening soon. And by soon, I mean, hang on, let me check the calendar here. 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. We're starting a new project. Something I've wanted to do, as I said, for over a year now. Something I've wanted to implement. Block parties. Block parties in the Mafia. This will be kicking off in less than 2 weeks. In fact, the first one will be taking place on Wednesday. Yes, you heard that right. Wednesday, February 4th. Now, I'm in Pacific time, okay? Some of you are over in Aussie land and elsewhere in Kiwi land. I saw you there, DVV. It's good to see you, my friend. I haven't read any chat. I'm sorry for all the chat I'm missing, you guys. I need to hold forth with the material here lest I get derailed and never find my way back. So the 4th in U.S. time, okay? Some of you, again, on the other side of the world, that'll be the 5th. But the 4th of February will be the first ever proper Mafia block party, house party. We're working on names. If you can think of a better name for it, I'd love to hear it. Tell the consulente, not me. They can compile the information. We'll sort it out. Block parties. Up to this point, it has been the exclusivity of the CNRs has been a barrier to entry for a lot of folks to meet folks. It's a big jump, and it is. I recognize this. This is on me for not having smoothed this historically. This jump from random strangers in a stream chat, right? In a Rumble chat, to yeah, let's have dedicated, smaller group hangout get-togethers once a week and process about life and stuff. It's a pretty significant leap. And I know that that's on me. This is my solution to that. This is new. And I want this to be shared far and wide because absolutely all are welcome. Starting on February 4th and at least once a quarter. Well, I'll explain more about that. I'll expand upon that, okay? The block parties. Starting on the 4th, I will be in a public channel. Public channel. Not locked channels. Public channel. And I will be joined by whomever wishes to attend, including the current attendees, people who are in crews, people who've been doing this for years. Anybody who wishes to attend may. Now that said, this is happening. This first one is taking place on a Wednesday because the current state of the rendezvous will be changing, and I'll be getting to that. This doesn't need to interfere with individual crews or the gathering thereof. This does not need to interfere with operations as normal. If people still want to gather at their times, they still can. No problem, no issue there. Maybe a crew will say, I want to go to this block party thing, and they can. Maybe you attend the block party ahead of your crew time, and then maybe you've got time after. but we are going to be doing seasonal block parties, seasonal get-togethers in public channels. What will this look like practically? Well, for starters, it's going to be a bunch of public channels, because some of you are like, oof, a voice channel with like 60 people in it? That sounds heinous. No, thank you. Yes, we know. We've tried that, incidentally. We had a couple Thanksgivings that we've done together as a community that have been something like that. This will be a little bit different. What this will look like practically is a bunch of voice channels, of public voice channels, will be labeled kitchen, garage, living room, back deck, the pool area, which is, you know, frozen now, but some of you on the other hemisphere, you're like, yay, pool. Patio, bathroom, capacity 1, so everybody can yell in the chat, I gotta go! It's like, my legs are going numb in here! I can't stand up! Oh God, send help! The door's locked! And people can mix and mingle and walk between the rooms, as it were. Judge how you want to handle the time, and move between calls. Move between rooms, just like you would in a big house party. Just like you would. We'll chat over here in this room, and we'll go over here. I have ideas for this again seasonally, and since this one will be in winter, I liked the idea of this one being some sort of hot cocoa party. Now, I won't be having hot cocoa. I will be having Irish coffees. I will be having alcoholic mixed beverages, but I'm going to be using my recipes that I've posted in the Discord. You guys have seen these, veterans of the community. Again, will be familiar with the Pick Your Poison section of the Discord, where I've posted all of the recipes for drinks I've made for stream. Okay? I will be having those beverages. But I would love for this to be a seasonal thing, where it's, alright, it's cold frickin' weather, bundle up, get a fire, have some snow in the background if you've got it. Share your snow, okay? Don't be stingy. Turn your camera so we can see the snow, and we can all live vicariously through those of you who are getting snow. Which I know sounds heartless on this side of the storm that a bunch of you are about to get, but I don't know. Sounds like maybe it's not going to be as bad as people are saying. I don't know. We don't have any snow, and I'm salty about it, and I want snow. So send some my way. The business address is also listed in the Discord, you guys. You can find that posted at the top under business info. You can find the address there. Please send your snow. We would very much like to have some. The very little that we have is only on the north side of things now and vanishing fast because it got up to like 60 today. It's ridiculous. So send your snow. I know there's a handful of others who will take some too, but, you know, selfishly, prioritize sending some to me. You guys can hash out who gets the rest of it in the chat. Okay. I want it to be a cold weather get-together. Bundle up, bring the snow, bring the blankets, whatever, and we can chit-chat. I will be in a public channel for 14 hours. That's how long of a day I already have, at a minimum, on Wednesdays. Every single Wednesday. I decided years ago, I carved out a 7th of my life to serve you guys, as well as I am able. And as I already said, that's very limited here on stream. I'm going to continue streaming, that's not changing, but the in-person interaction, as it were, with our medium of Discord and video calls and all that, it's not perfect. It's not the gold standard, but it's better than nothing. Block parties. I want the block parties to be a place where people can meet. Where brand new people, where the stakes are low, where it's not, hey, here's one person sitting in a voice call. Oh, geez, I have to muster up the courage to... What about when it's more? Come on in. Come in from out in the cold. Put faces to the names. Meet people. I'll be there. The consulente, whomever is available, will be around. Veterans of the community and new members alike. And we can do this alongside one another. Now, some people are already asking, I know, hey, what about going forward? I can't do it on Wednesday. That particular Wednesday, the 4th, I can't be there for that Wednesday. I'm looking at my calendar right now. I work that day. I can't swing a Wednesday. Okay. It occurs to me that this will be the case in perpetuity. Okay? Now, in the future, block parties will step on the toes of CNRs, which, again, we're going to talk to the bulk of those soon, here, tonight. which is why this is going to be 2 days. You don't have to attend them both. You don't have to attend either one if you don't want to. I will attend both. Others will attend both. Some will pick one and not the other. Work schedules allowing, okay? The plan is to have 2 separate days. So if you can't make the first, hopefully you can make the second. Can't make the second, hopefully you can attend the first. And if for whatever reason you are able to attend either for however long, I'll be there for 14 hours with some bathroom runs to the bathroom in between, right? Assuming somebody's not sitting on the toilet playing freaking mobile games like, let me to the bathroom. Barring that, I'll be there both days, 14 hours. Nobody else needs to be there that long, but we'll be around. The party will be on. People will come and go as they please, okay? 2 days. I'll be doing it. Second day for February and our first inaugural parties is going to be a bit of a controversial one. I suspect we will have 50% of you who say, ooh, this is a fun idea. Ooh, I love this. And 50% of you will say, hey, whoa, what games are we playing here? What is this trash? The 8th. February the 8th. That's a Sunday. That's when the second one will take place. First will be on the 4th, all day, come and go as you please. The second will be the 8th. Sunday the 8th. Which, those of you who have any interest in sports ball will know, is a Super Bowl. We're going to make a Super Bowl party out of it. We're going to make a Super Bowl party out of it. Now, I am, just for what it's worth, I know some of you are like, ooh, don't hold yours. I have no interest in sports ball. I work 90 hours a week, and I do not watch any of the sports ball or sports puck or sports disc, okay? I am not familiar with them. I don't know all of Aki's jokes about, is that the one where you dribble the puck down to the 50-yard line and you go for a slide tackle? Yes, I can distinguish between them, but still, that's about right, okay? That's about right. I am more interested in communitying and humaning and all of this jazz. But for those of you who don't have somewhere else to be, or don't have somewhere else to be for the entire day, I would love to have you in. And when game time comes around, I very much like the idea of there being like a room that we have that's like for one of the teams. If ever someone's like taking seriously cheering on one team, maybe that's happening in this room. They call it a block party. Maybe this house is full of the fans of, I literally don't even know which teams are in the running at this point. Have they already decided which sports puck team is the teams are in the Super? I don't even know. Team A is in this house over here screaming their asses off, and Team B is over here in this house screaming their asses off. And I also kind of like the idea of people kind of jumping in and poking fun at one another, saying, you guys suck, we scored on you, and then running back to their house, whatever it is. So different rooms for the people who want to scream for their sports ball team, and maybe the deck is open for those of us who just want to sit around and smoke a cigar. Because I have every intention of doing that. Yes, I do. I have every intention of sitting around and getting to enjoy a good smoke with the time that I have got. Because yes, I'm no good to you in cheering for either team. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm planning. Block parties, guys. Some folks are going to be hanging out, yes, by the snack table. It's good to see you, Izzy. Just happened to glance at chat. I have to look away from chat. I get distracted so easily. You guys are so fun. I like you. I'll be by the snack table, yes. Smelling of cigars, and I'll grab it and take some out to the deck. Anybody's welcome to join me. Smoke, good drink, whatever. It's going to be a long day. Some of you, again, come and go. Stick around for as long as you like. Mix and mingle. Get to meet folks. I want the barrier to entry to be low. I want people to know what it looks like to come in from out in the cold. I want people to get exposure to community. I want people to see what this humaning stuff can be like while the stakes are low. Now, summertime, we can have a pool party. We can have people grilling. We've got a bunch of folks now who are like in person, close to one another. Bring your friends or whatever it is. Turn the camera on. Throw some meat on the grill right there. We can all like chow down. Someone can bring sides, you know. Obviously, we run into limitations with our medium of Discord. Obviously. But I still like the idea of having these be seasonally themed. I still like the idea of getting to do this with the changing of the seasons. Now, my aim, again, is to do one pair of these quarterly. Excuse me. And the days will change. The days of the week will change, all right? My plan is to actually have a calendar for these things so that you know when the day is coming, so you can take the day off work if you're feeling it. You can plan trade shifts with somebody, whatever it is, or like mark off the spot on your calendar if you want to be there for it. But I am going to change the day of the week around because some of you have very rigid schedules to which you are tied, right? You're like, I could never do a Tuesday. Tuesdays are just, I work every Tuesday without exception. That never changes. Okay, so we'll do one on a Tuesday, and you'll have to miss it. And then the other might be on a Thursday. And you're like, oh, bet I can do the Thursday one. Okay? So we are going to try to mix it up so that it's never I can never attend one of those sort of situation. All right? That's the plan. So once a quarter, there's going to be a pair of these things. Okay. Now we get into the meat of stuff and things. And for getting into the meat, we do something a little bit fancier. We go to the Port Charlotte. All right, I actually don't know how the bottle Asmer will be here, but we're going to find out together. You ready? Oh, all right. A little bit of thump. Just a little bit of thump. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, buddy. Oh, Port Charlotte. Speaking of that business address, if anybody wants to send me a bottle of Port Charlotte, you know, for no reason, I will not say no to receiving a bottle of Port Charlotte at the business address. Thank you in advance. And if any of you have a line on access to Octomore, and you can get it for cheaper than the sticker price, I would never say no to Octomore either. Never pay a sticker price for Octomore. I'm just saying. If we have a distiller connection here, maybe you can go a little bit cheaper. Okay. What's my goal? I want to talk to you guys about the plan. I want to talk to you about the ultimate goal for all of this. You've heard me say a lot in the past 20 minutes here about this impoverished medium and the limitations of the Discord, even in all of that. Yes, this is the worst of it. Chat on a page that's moving by. That's the worst of it. It's very difficult to read syntax. You need to be an expert communicator and use a bunch of emotes and italics and all the rest, caps, and in order to avoid misunderstanding, to merely avoid misunderstanding. Jumping into a voice call is better, but it's not a ton better. It's not all the way better. Jumping into a voice call, jumping into a video call then is great. Face to the name, you get to read the room, read the person's reaction, read their face, their expression, right? All of that is, we're getting closer. That's all very good. None of that is the gold standard. The gold standard is in-person community. The gold standard is in-person community. Always has been, and always will be. And to that, I won't belabor the point here, but there's something we've discussed before that bears repeating here. Some of you have seen the current state of AI, so-called AI. It's not AI. I gripe about this. Nobody else cares about this. This is a me thing. This is a nitpicking thing from me. We do not have generalized AI We have not reached a singularity. That is not a thing that we have. We have like large language models and gimmicky things that like that are amalgamates, like they bring stuff together and fine. That's not AI. Anyways, it's what everybody calls it, so you know what I mean. AI, creative stuff, right? Everybody said we're going to do AI, which is going to take over. Technology is going to take over all the mundane tasks in the world, right? So we can spend all of our time on creative endeavors. Stuff we don't have time now to do. We will hand over to the Rubits the mundane stuff, right? The minutia, and we will have more time for expression and leisure and arts and all that jazz. Instead, the very first thing we sprinted to do was have all of those things replace all of the creative things so that we can spend more time doing the minutia and the mundane. Leave it to disappointments to screw it up this badly, eh? But of course we did, and look at us now. And now it's, hey, is this AI or not? A couple years ago, that was pretty easy to say, yeah? Alright, well that's AI. Yikes. The whole hands thing, you know, Will Smith eating spaghetti. Who someone that touched? We all know those memes. We all lolled about those memes. Some of you are seeing what is existing today, and I want to remind you guys of something. We each have a bias looking at something and going, well, that's embarrassing. That's not a problem. Will Smith touched the spaghetti. Look at that. AI is not the threat that people think it is. It's not as disruptive as they think it is. And it's not going to mess with things in my life like people say it is. I want to remind you that whatever version of the technology that you see today, January of 26, is the worst it will ever be again. What you currently see is as bad as it will ever be. It will only get better. I put to you then this, and again I won't belabor the point. I don't have the time here tonight. This isn't the topic at hand. We joked in the beginning that AI generated text, scripts, writing was easily distinguishable. Oh, you can spot AI wrote that. And even now you can look at things and go, yeah, okay, that GPT put that together. It has the hallmarks of GPT, and okay, it can be spotted. Again, what you have today is the worst it will ever be. Which means, I say by the end of this year. By the end of this year. This isn't this big of a stretch, okay? So I'm not exactly like Nostradamusing things here. By the end of this year, you will not be able to tell who in chat is a bot or a person. By the end of this year. So, okay, our worst medium, our chat medium, it's already pretty bad. It's already pretty gross. It's about to be rendered almost useless. In 2 years' time? What then? You may say, well, I'll jump into a voice call with somebody. That'll prove the thing. That'll prove the tale. Will it? Is voice safe from this? You're in a voice call? I can't even make this stuff up. Literally today, Hot Bride got a call from a clanker. Okay? A marketing call from a clanker. She answered the phone, and got to talking, and I went, I'm hearing it secondhand over here. I'm like, that sounds off. I know you know what I'm talking about. And she thought it too. And she's interacting with it, and there's a slight pause while it processes her answer. And then it gave more information, and then more, and it asked for another question, and more feedback. And I said, hey, hang up the phone. That's a clanker. Hang up. Hang up. That's a clanker. She goes, it didn't even say it was a spam call. Hang up the clanker. That's the worst it will ever be. We're not living in the past, we're living in the now. And it's only going to get better. So, your voice call, not safe. The processing will only get faster, the responses, the real time will only get better. This is the worst it'll ever be. So, voice call, not safe. What about video calls, you guys? Have you guys seen the latest real-time video AI filters? Where you can emote and all the rest? and it just has a video playing of whatever the hell you want to mimic your movements. Have you seen this? Just in the last couple weeks, I mean. Weeks. Have you seen this? Now, you might, again, look at them and go, I can still tell. Look, the face just did that weird thing right there. The light just did something unnatural. The worst it'll ever be. How, dear friends, how long, dear friends, do you suspect it will take before, not the chat is indistinguishable, we're virtually there. The voice call will be indistinguishable, 2 years tops. Video calls, 2-3 years tops. And I've put out there that in the next 5 to 10 years, I know it's kind of a broad range here, but again, not Nostradamus, I think it will be really difficult to tell if the person that you are meeting with is a machine or not. Especially if there aren't regulations in place to, like, say it has to have a glowing red dot on an antenna sticking out of the top of its head to mark it as a machine, you know, whatever. How then will we have community? I posited before that it's by reputation. By shrewd, stark, draconian reputation. That's what it'll be. It'll be a referral system. It will be, I vouch for this person. There's Doug. I know Doug. I've met Doug in person. I've shaken his hand. And I did all of that before. I did all of that in the before times. I can vouch that Doug is real. So if you trust me, you can also trust Doug. You can trust that Doug is real. I will vouch for him. That will be the currency in a few short years, dear friends. Who can you vouch for? From the before times. I said that this is civilization ending stuff for our inability to communicate, but it's not the only thing that's sending us this direction. I'm telling you right now, it's kind of like the Ark. It's starting to rain, and people are looking around right now going, it's not that bad, there's no flood coming. You need to get on the community arc while you can. Because the rain's going to fall harder and harder and harder. And one day you're going to be like treading water going, wait, what happened? I told you. I told you what was going to happen. We live or die without community. That's not hyperbole. And in a couple short years, this will be proven far more devastating in its implications and in its realities. And I don't want you to be on the losing side of that. I want you to care about this sort of thing now. So what are we doing about it? I want in-person community now. I want to do everything in my power. I'm just a guy, random guy with a tie on the internet. I need to do everything in my power today to get us there before. I should have started this years ago. I wish I had. Years ago. We're running out of time. And it is of the essence. My ultimate goal, you guys, is to get to in-person community. I want to create a system, a pipeline, as it were, here in the Mafia community that starts with, sure, meet you on Twitch, meet you in any one of our networked communities, and then you go to a block party. And you put faces to the name, and you get to meet people in, yes, an imperfect and sort of silly and campy medium, yes. And I want that to lead to regular contact, regular in-call interaction with other humans that you can get to know, that you can process life with, that you can celebrate things. Again, the highs and the lows. I want you to do all of that with the ultimate goal of graduating from those to in-person community. What am I talking about? I said 3 or 4 weeks ago now, to those of you who were present, I have an audacious goal for 2026. A vision. It's not to be concluded in 2026, mind you. but something to lay out here. I'm staking it. I'm drawing a line in the sand right now, and I am going to pursue this starting now. This is the year that this kicks off. My aim is that in 5 years' time, by 2031, that we have 1,000 CNR crews. 1,000. Right now, I personally facilitate 7 crews. And that takes a 7th of my life. That takes a full Wednesday for me. It's usually a 17-hour day every single Wednesday. And I just skip food those days. I just fast. Those of you who've been in attendance know I just drink black coffee, and that's my entire day because I don't even have time. I just go from one call to the next for the entire day. I wake up, I shave, I get dressed, I sit down with you guys, and then I brush my teeth and go the hell to bed. I have 7 crews. 5 years. 1,000 crews. And I want hundreds of them to be in person. If you're not familiar with the rendezvous, allow me to describe them to you. Paint a picture, if you will. We get together. It's a 90-minute get-together once a week. That's what it is. So that's the short version of it. It takes place in the Mafia Discord, okay? And there are locked channels for the people who've been attending, and the crew is full, and these people still gather. Some break bread, but we've got folks from all different time zones, all over the world who gather. Turn on your camera, put a face to the name, and develop depth in community with 5, 6, 7, 8 other people. And process about life. And gain perspective from one another. And train in the skills of interacting with our fellow man. Skills that, again, I posit, we've lost as a world. We've lost these skills. By and large, these muscles have atrophied, in some cases to the point of non-use. And yet, we've got brave men and women of the Mafia who have agreed to try this hard mode thing. And they've gotten plugged into community, and they faithfully gather each week. It takes place on Wednesdays currently. For 90 minutes. Happens throughout the day. That's it. You attend one. You don't get to attend all of them. I facilitate them. So I am there for all of them. But someone shows up. You're there for 90 minutes. And you process what's going on in your world. Talk about what's happening with your work. Talk about what's happening with your sick parent. Your sick child. Touch on current events, perhaps. Once you've earned it. Once you've achieved the depth required to talk about scary things like that. Stuff that we at the outset are not equipped to do. It takes time to get to that spot. It takes training to get the muscle required for that kind of heavy lifting. That's what we do in the CNRs. We get together and we commiserate some. We congratulate other times. We celebrate, and sometimes we console. We celebrate your highs, and we sit with you in the ashes during the lows. And then we gather again the next week, and the next week, and the next week, ad infinitum. We develop depth each week together. Some crews have been gathering for years. I want this to take place in person. There are limitations to our digital community that I want to overcome. How? By bridging the gaps in geography. I said we are geographically widespread. We're all over the place. We're on every continent. I want this to spread to the point where we can say, hey, I know so-and-so's over there. Can we get together and have an in-person CNR, a rendezvous once a week? I want to paint you guys a picture of my dream. I want a vision cast with you here. I want turnkey community. I mentioned a future where you won't know who you can trust. It'll be based on a voucher system, right? It will be who vouches for you. Not just if you're real. I mean, is this person a good faith actor? Is this someone who's going to negotiate in good faith with me? Is this someone that is somewhat trustworthy? Is this person at all trustworthy? Now, that's something that takes a very long time to get to in human interaction, generally. I want to speed up this process for turnkey community. And let me make something explicit. The CNRs in their current iteration, and it's something I'm going to be making explicit going forward here, they are not purposed with being the place that you meet your best friend. It happens. We have a couple people who are besties, and they met in the rendezvous, and they do everything together. Hooray. But friendship has to do with overlap. Friendship has to do with what is shared. A friendship must be about something. Some shared interest or passion or hobby or direction in life. Something that fuels you, something you believe in, and that you have overlap with another. That's the basis of friendship. That is not chiefly what the CNRs are for. That's not chiefly what the Mafia is for. The Mafia, as I said, is purposed with restoring our stomach for difficulty and creating a foundation, just a foundation, for human interaction once more, so that we can respond to one another civilly, as in eras bygone. I want us back to civil discourse. That's what the Mafia aims to achieve, to train us up, to give us the muscle, to give us a thick enough skin to not just ban every single person that with whom we disagree, which is the status quo on the internet. You don't have complete overlap with me on every single issue that there possibly could be? Ban. Or worse yet, if you are in person, enemy. Enemy from whom violence ought not be withheld. Violence ought not be ruled out. I don't need to tell anybody of that. That is, of course, the state of things right now in the world. And I want it to stop. And I, for one, want to do something about it, and I hope you'll join me in doing something about it. We can't have this anymore. We won't survive it. We've got to stop. That's what the Mafia is purposed with. The foundation for humaning. Just agree to disagree. I want to get us there. Now, if we can do this, that's a sound foundation on which a friendship can take place, on which a friendship can be built up. Of course, that's great. That's fabulous. That's a shortcut to, all right, this person is trustworthy. Awesome. Now we might actually be friends. I can trust that I'm not being bamboozled over here, being hoodwinked by this person. Great, fabulous. That's great too. That's not chiefly what the CNRs are purposed with getting to, though. The rendezvous are purposed with getting us that foundation. Not in theory, in practice. You guys should see, those of you guys who aren't in them, you should see the crazy, like, hodgepodge of people that we've got in these calls. You should see the wild diversity of background, of age and experience, and, like, lifestyle. We've got a crazy mix. And that is all important for perspective. I get to hear from so many people each week. I am unbelievably benefited by getting to interact with as many people as I currently do. And getting the perspective from all who will share it, what's happening in their world, and what they see happening, and how they interpret it. All of that is unbelievably beneficial to me personally. I want it to be beneficial to all of you. I want you to see the same benefits realized. If it's not friends, and we want to get to the agree to disagree, then what takes place in the CNRs, as is today, and the ones I am going to describe moving forward? It might not be my best friend, but I can trust that the person around me is going to negotiate in good faith to the best of their current ability. I've called the CNRs the Humaning Dojo, or the Humaning Gym. These fellows around you who have agreed to try this, guys and gals, I've said, I also agree that I will attempt to negotiate in good faith, and I'm training here for this purpose. The lose condition is to rage quit. That's what it looks like to lose at this. It's what it looks like to lose at life. Rage quit out. I can't be buggered. I can't be bothered. It's too hard. Screw you all. Burn it to the ground on my way out the door. That's the lose condition. So, okay. Everybody says, what's the win condition? To keep the conversation going. To keep the relationship going. So we can agree to disagree another day. We don't have to be best friends. Again, that requires overlap. What if we have none? Then we need to be civil. This is the gym. So I have likened it to the gym for this reason. The people around you are training buddies, lifting partners. You're going to go lift something heavy, your life. You're going to go process what's been happening in your world. Something scary, something unknown, something foreboding. And you're lifting that weight. I don't need to be best friends with everybody in that call to know that they will spot me. That's what we're doing, spotting one another. As we train in this, as we practice, as we get our reps in, the people around us won't drop the weight on us and laugh in our face and spit on us for good measure. We can trust them for that. I want the in-person ones to do the exact same thing. Here's my vision. You right now, you wherever you are listening, this is for you, okay? Picture you find out you're going to move. Follow me here, okay? Follow me on this. This is my outlandish dream. You've got to move. Physically move somewhere, okay? Somewhere to the other side of the country from where you are. Pick a city. Think of a city in the top of your head right now. Whatever country you're in, pick a city somewhere else. Anywhere else. Think of that city, okay? I want you, in short order here, to be able to message the consulente. Those are the people, sort of the higher end of like helping me out run and operate the Mafia community. They're in the Discord. Their roles are in purple up in the top right. You can spot them there, the consulente. Their roles right now are somewhat limited. They'll be expanded in the future. People who are willing and able to do this intensive work here. You message them and say, hey, just in a DM, in a call, you say, hey, I'm moving. I'm moving to this city. Who do we got? I'm leaving my people here. Who do we got in this city? And they, oh, hey, that's, I'm going to call out Helly here. I say, that's Helly's neck of the woods. Hey, we'll put you in touch with Helly. Hang on. And Helly jumps in and says, what we got? What we doing? And you say, hey, I'm moving into your neck of the woods. Is that right? Well, okay, let's talk shop. Do you know what your schedule's going to be? Do you have a work schedule lined up? Family obligations, whatever it is? Like what sort of days are we looking at right now? Because we've got 3 different crews that meet in the city. One of them happens on this day, one happens on this day, one happens on this day. Oh, okay. Fridays you got? Okay, you can swing the Friday one? Excellent. Well, we're going to put you in touch with Tina then. Okay? You talk to Tina. Let's see, get you plugged in. You talk to Tina and say, oh yeah, we meet at this diner Friday mornings at this time. Oh, we get coffee and donuts and we get a discount because we're regulars. And they also got like normal meals if you're hungry. I don't eat that early, but you know. And hey, do you need any like pointers about the city? Do you have any accessibility questions for whatever resources? Hey, avoid this highway during traffic. It's the worst. You want to go this way instead. This is the cheapest place to get this. This is the best Italian food in town. You got to go over here. We should show you this drive on this night. We'll take you out there one of these times. Have you been to the area before? You're not familiar? Oh, we'll take you to the lake. It's going to be... I want turnkey community where you could go to that call and say, yeah, we'll see you on Friday when you get in. Excellent. Happy to have you. Not going to pressure you, but if you need help unpacking, of course, we'll help you unpack. And then you show up at that diner. And who do you meet? Best friends? Probably not. Maybe. It's possible. It's conceivable that you could have more overlap than you at first suspect. And great, you meet your bestie in that call. That's not the point. The point is to get humaning reps in and to process life with one another with people who are good faith actors. People who you can trust to not drop the weight on you. We've got a couple people in the community right now who do live close together, and they met here in this community. They met in the Mafia. And they've met up in person. They've met each other's families. They've met each other's pets, you know. And one day, this was last year, one day, one of them was lamenting, hey, I've got this funeral I got to go to, you know, out of nowhere. I got to cancel this thing with work, and I got to figure out flights, and I got to go like across the frickin' country for this funeral for so-and-so. I don't even, what am I supposed to do with my dog? What am I supposed to... And the person goes, I'll watch your dog. Your dog loves me. We're already buddies. I can watch your dog. It's like, you will? Yeah, I can watch your dog. So they watch their dog. We've got other people in the community who are geographically close. One of them needed a ride. Something mundane, something simple. My car doesn't work. I don't have a car. Hey, it's really important that I get to this doctor's appointment on the other side of town on this day. I'll give you a ride. We don't have to be best friends to do stuff like that. You don't have to have best friend status to give someone a ride, to help someone out with simple physical needs like that. Now picture the rest of this story, okay? I said you gotta move somewhere. If you're leaving community behind, it can be that same community that says, we'll help you pack. Maybe you're good enough friends at this point that they know where you live and they can help you pack. We need in-person community for so many reasons, y'all. For so many reasons. The small practical things among them. Do you have that right now? I said last year that there were wildfires that were getting pretty close to our house over here in Nevada. And we were like on the line for evacuation orders, and it was like, ugh. And a handful of people here lamented, Gus, what are you going to do? Would bought all your stuff? And I'm like, it's just stuff. I'm not worried about the stuff. It's just things I can replace things. You know, we've got a go bag, and if we absolutely have to bail, we can, and we'll be fine. You know, I'm not tethered to my stuff. I'm not attached to my things. My value doesn't come from my stuff, and hopefully my value to you guys also doesn't come from my stuff, right? Some sort of weird relationship like that. That's not what this is. On the other hand, I said, I'm not going to lose a damn thing in this house. You want to know why? Because I put out one message to my guys group, my whiskey and cigar guys group that I see every Monday night. I put out one message to them saying, hey guys, I got the evacuation order. I need hands and trucks. And within 30 minutes, I'd have 30 dudes here with 15 trucks. And we would empty this house. Oh, you got the evacuation order. Cool. Take every damned thing out of it. And just throw it haphazardly into the trucks. Let's go. I would empty this place. And it would take less than an hour to do. You've got 2 hours to get out. Plenty of time. And then I've got a bunch of people in town, dozens and dozens and dozens of them, where I could store things. If I had to, what am I going to do with all my things? I've got in-person community. Where indeed, I know someone who owns a mini storage. I got this covered. Do you? It doesn't need to be an emergency like that. It can be that, do you have someone to watch your dog? Do you have somebody to do this? Do you have somebody to... We need in-person community. That's my goal. Is to get everybody who's here, all of us, creatures of the internet, right? Plugged into in-person community. Some of you have that. Some of you have a great in-person community with whom you regularly meet. That's the aim. Regularly meet. I want you guys to have this so you can rely on it. I want this to be something that you can have for the highs and the lows. I don't want a single one of you to face the various things of life alone. We're not wired for that. We need people to shoulder it with us. We can't do this life alone. We don't get out of it alive. And my dream, that I hope I've painted a clear picture here for you, is that we have that turnkey community. You got to go somewhere? Cool. The Mafia will have bridged the gaps in geography sufficiently that whatever city it is you end up going to, there's at least one crew that still gathers there. maybe 2, hopefully more. And they get together weekly. This one gathers for coffee and donut on Friday morning. This one gathers for Saturday lunch. This one gets together for a Tuesday lunch like I do with my business leaders meeting every single Tuesday. And I have had lunch with them. Bring our lunches and we go hang out for 10 years. When the hot bride was hospitalized, we had our in-person community. I mean, we were getting all kinds of buried in well-wishings from you guys. But we had in-person community in that hospital room every stinking day, without exception, for 2 months. Revolving door of different people from our super widespread community that we've put down roots with. I'm not best friends with all the guys in my whiskey group, incidentally. I don't have a lot of overlap with a ton of them. Some of them are like obsessed with fishing and they do it all the time. I work 90 hours a week. I don't fish. I loved fishing growing up and I'd love to someday fish again. I don't fish. So I can't sit there and just like shoot the shit with them or go on a fishing trip with them. Others are really big into like hunting and stuff like that. Again, I've done stuff like that. I work 90 hours a week. I don't do any of those things. I don't have a ton of overlap with my in-person community. But if we need something, we've got people. That's what I want for each of you. No matter how socially awkward you are, no matter how much anxiety you have, I know what kind of demographic I'm working with now. I've lived with you guys for years. All you bundles of anxiety. I know what kind of people I'm dying. And yes, you. I want in-person community for you. No matter who you are, where you've come from, or what you've done, what you haven't done. We are all disappointments. Without exception. We're all in the same boat. We all need this. That's my dream. How do we get there? How do we bridge the gaps in geography, you guys? It can't just be what I'm doing. It can't be this. This is not about me being a streamer. This isn't about me growing on Rumble or Twitch or whatever. It ain't that. It's how we're going to do the rendezvous from now on. I want to equip us with a common vocabulary. I want to equip us with common tools. I want to equip us in clear ways. There's a phrase I taught to a couple people on Wednesday who were unfamiliar with it. And those of you veterans of the military will have a little chip in your brain, twitch a little bit, and spark and fizzle a little bit when I say this. DLOs, or desired learning objectives, or desired learning outcomes. It depends on the branch, apparently. A DLO, okay? A desired learning objective. That is, we're going to teach a class, and here it is. It's on this weapon system. The DLOs are, by the end of this period of instruction, you will be able to... That's a DLO. And they say it at the beginning of every stinking training, whether it's a classroom session or a practical application thing with a weapon system or a whatever, okay? It's by the time that this period of instruction is over, you will be able to. Now, of course, if you like snuck off to the bathroom and hid through the entire training, of course, you're not going to be able to do it. So it's goes without saying, I hope, if you attend this period of instruction and actually pay attention to it, by the time it is over, you will be able to. This is where I have fallen short. Now, I knew already years ago that it was important for us to have community, and it was important for us to practice this. I knew that this was something that would require training. Actual, like, getting reps in. Again, that's why I call it the gym. The humaning gym. Each week we get this training in. I knew that that was important, but I've never had, this is my fault, this sits on me alone, I've never had DLOs. To date, I have never said, hey, when you join the CNRs, when you're brave, when you choose hard mode, when you choose to embark upon something difficult, when you opt in to this, by the time X amount of weeks, months, years, whatever have passed, have elapsed, you will be able to. It's all been very vague. It's all been very ambiguous, and that's all on me. That's what's changing. Gang, we are formalizing the CNRs. That is the big second thing for tonight. We are formalizing how the CNRs begin and how they end. I want that pipeline to in-person community. It's not going to happen right away, and it's not going to happen perfectly for everybody. I understand that. But we need to start somewhere. And this is how. Block parties. We kick those off in February and say at the block parties and make damn sure everybody is clear on this. The CNRs start on March 1st. The current crews will be shaken up some. I'll be talking about that more in a minute here, I promise you. I will answer your questions regarding this. I already explained this to the existing crews, at least those who could make it there on Wednesday, and I know a handful of people couldn't. So, sit tight, bear with me. March 1st, or really March 4th, because that would be the first Wednesday in this case. I'll come back to around to days and all of that jazz. The beginning of March, first week of March. Year 1 begins. To date, all of the CNRs have been very vague, very ambiguous, very, we'll see how this goes. And you know what the consequence is? Again, this all rests on me. If one of you were to sit in and audit alongside me each of the crews, you would say, wow, these are very different. Yes, they are. But this one seems much more mature. This one seems very skittish. This one seems... Yes, indeed. My fault. I've never had specific asks or expectations of the attendees beyond, all right, try to negotiate in good faith. What does that look like? I've lectured on all sorts of stuff on Friday nights about how to do this well, on all the humaning things, on so many things. I've lectured, and what? I just assumed, I guess, that people cared and listened to those sorts of things. That's not a clear expectation. And I never did say to people, you have to attend Fridays. I never asked that. You have to have been there on Friday night, otherwise you're going to... And incidentally, that's not an expectation that I have going forward either, just to be clear. I said that this is going to be largely divorced from my online streaming presence. This doesn't have to have overlap with that. This is about something bigger. Now, I will be on stream touting this stuff and talking about it. Of course I will. But the two don't necessarily have to overlap. I'm formalizing the CNRs, and together with, again, an unbelievable amount of man-hours, y'all, for the past year, and in particular in the last 2 months, we have been scrambling. Actually, less than 2 months at this point. Jeez, it's been like 6 weeks of crunch. Trying to figure out when, how, what will this look like? We've built out a curriculum. It's not going to be as formal as other learning institutions and all the rest of it, but we've built out a curriculum with standardized expectations. It's not going to be rigid. Not going to be nearly as rigid as a bunch of other things that you might have partaken in life. Not at all. That's not the purpose. The purpose of them chiefly is still to do as I've already described, which is get together and process life. Shoulder one another's burdens. Gain that perspective from people who are other to you, different from you. That remains the chief goal. That remains the heart of this thing, because that is the training ground. But I want it to be structured enough that people can count on certain outcomes in a way that I haven't done historically. Again, that's my fault. I want to be able to say, and now I can, if you enroll, yes, you, enroll in the 6-month term, because that's what they are. They're in 6-month terms. If you enroll in the 6-month term that starts on first week of March, by the conclusion of that, you will be able to. And then the second term, By the end of that 6-month term, again, if you are participating and you give it your actual attention, you don't just dismiss and blow off the entire thing, you will be able to. I want to say very clearly that this is something that is someone can bank on going into a year. It's a minimum 6-month expectation to go through a term like this, of course. That's just the way it would be. But these would be in year chunks. And I want to be able to say to every single person on the internet that I run into, if you sign up for this, by the end of the first year, you will be equipped with the right perspective, with the right heart posture, and with the right tools and techniques and training hours that you will be able to negotiate in good faith with anyone. No matter how easy or friendly or hostile and scary and intimidating the situation could be, you will be equipped to enter into those conversations, to enter into those negotiations. You will be equipped to save the world. And that's not hyperbole. That is exactly what we are doing here. That is precisely the purpose of the Mafia project now. To stay the rot. And rot it is. Again, I don't need to tell you, look around. Look at the state of things. This needs to end. We can do something about it. You and I. Both of us, all of us. We must. This is how. I know you want instant solutions. I know you want something that just snap your fingers and it solves all of your problems. No politician can do that. It's not possible. They're just another disappointment. Same as you and me. They are also one person. And so if you say, well, I can't snap my fingers and solve the world's problems, neither can they. No politician, no military person, no corporate person, no person. Why? Because they're a disappointment. Like me. Putting your hopes on one person and saying, well, I don't want to do the long game. I don't want to do the legwork. I don't want to do the heavy lifting. So-and-so will solve it. No, they won't. No, they won't. The only guarantee of you taking that route is that nothing will change. The only guarantee of you saying, I'll never make a difference. I can't have an impact. I'm just one person. I'm just me. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. Great. You have a guarantee then. Nothing will change. It'll stay exactly as it is. Or get worse. You know, that's your promise. That's what you can go home to at night. That things will continue to decay. There's no guarantee that we can have a meaningful impact either. But there's a chance. We can have a small impact no matter what. We can guarantee that we will have a small positive impact. The question is, will we have a big one? I said that I want there to be 1,000 crews in 5 years' time. 1,000 CNR get-togethers, many of which will be in person. We have roughly 7 people per crew. That's 7,000 people. A drop in the bucket, right? Drop in the bucket for mankind. A drop in the bucket for the country. For any country. But those 7,000 people have families. Those 7,000 people have coworkers. Those 7,000 people have classmates. Exponential numbers are freaky things, y'all. 7,000 people living out this hard mode stuff, practicing this in their day-to-day, going around. Treat someone civilly. Treat someone the way you want to be treated. 7,000 people doing that and having a positive impact on the people in their spheres, in their neighborhoods. That changes the world. It does. It is not hyperbole to say that we can fix this. Not instantly. It will take work. Work. It's a perfectly good word. It's a word that I enjoy. I love my work. This is my work. Serving you is my work. Trying to teach, trying to help, trying to be a benefit to you guys and a value add proposition to your lives, and slowing the rot. This is my work. I say I work 90 hours a week, and I don't lament that. For practical purposes, I'd like to get it down to the perfect year that I outlined a couple weeks ago, and I talked about in that talk then, to 73 hours a week. That's a really balanced schedule for Hot Bride and I. 73 hours a week of work. Hard work. But worthy work. Worthy of my life. Worthy of my time and my energy and my attention. I hope you will carve out a chunk of your life and decide that this too is worthy of your attention. This is how we scale. Right now, I'm just one man. I'm just one person. Which is why we've been putting together a team of facilitators for a long time, and it's been very difficult to do. To find the right people for the work. In particular, it's hard to find people who are interested in doing this thing outside of their other life's obligations. As I said, this requires carving out other things. For most people, it's not, yeah, I've got nothing on my calendar. It's, I'm very busy, right? You guys have all heard the saying, if you want something done, ask a busy person. Why are they busy? Because they're industrious. Ask them. If I ask the person whose calendar is completely empty, nothing will get done. They will be a complete waste of my time. I've seen it time and time again. If you want something done, ask a busy person. Ask an industrious person. So we've been putting together a roster of people. Even still, it's going to be tough to meet the numbers that we are planning for the first week of March, for the kickoff of term 1, of year 1, for all who would be first years. But the benefit of this means we get to move beyond just Wednesdays where we're at. Incidentally, I have a form that I'm going to be distributing for you guys tonight. In fact, I have a command that pulls up that form already. It's already done. It's already made. Gauging interest, figuring this out. And I'll be sharing that here momentarily. But first, another change for some of you who are veterans of these things. This requires no small amount of administration, of facilitation. This is a huge undertaking. I already put in 90 hours a week. My will bent toward this, toward achieving this end, working toward this, to try to serve you. And I've got others who have done the same and sacrificed a lot of sleep, especially in these past weeks, to get here. And the administration of this going forward, facilitating this, is no small undertaking. And the people who are doing it are volunteering their time. For now. That's why the CNRs are going to cost money now. We have to charge for them. The administration alone is nightmarish. Now that said, I have exactly zero interest in being something like a university that scams you out of unbelievable amounts of money for this, that, or the other. No. Absolutely not. I won't have it. I've had a bunch of people counsel me, no, Gus, this is valuable and you should charge for it, etc. I'm not going to. I do not want the money to be a barrier to entry. It's a necessary thing, and someday the prices may change, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. We're figuring out a lot of stuff on the fly right now. But we'll be charging $50 for the first year, with the first 3 months being free. People who are interested in signing up for the CNRs and giving them a shot, there's no risk to you to try at all. You can sign up, you can get plugged in, You can start meeting people, putting faces to the name, going through the course material, and processing life alongside these people. You can do all of that and then decide, my calendar doesn't allow for it, or you know what, I'm not ready for hard mode. Now, I don't think it'll be that scary, and I suspect that the people who can make it to the 3-month mark, even to the 3-day mark of this thing, it's once a week. It's 90 minutes once a week. It's 90 minutes, one time a week. I believe in you. You will have already done the hard part of joining, of checking them out. I do not suspect that you will be scared off by these things. If any of what I've seen so far and the people who've guinea pigged this process for years, you will be pleasantly surprised by it. I'm going to tell you a very quick story of a dear friend who's plugged into this community, who was rightfully, because again, ambiguity, that's all my fault, uncertain about what the CNRs were, what it would look like for them, and they were scared. I mean, I encouraged them, okay, we'll see you then. We've got a spot for you. Happy to see you then. We're all looking forward to meeting you. No call, no show. Well, I thought they were going to... So I messaged them and said, hey, we're here. Did you find the spot? Are we... Nothing. I hear nothing. And much later in the day, I got a message from them saying, I'm so sorry. I was sitting there. I was hovering over the join button and my hand was shaking and I was so scared. I've been burned before by people. Sound familiar? I've been burned before and I'm scared and I'm sorry. I totally understand that. And my heart broke. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand who all in this call wants to love on you and to make your life so much better. And we eventually got them plugged in. They came back, not too far after. They came back. And now they'll tell you, I'm so sad that I delayed. I'm so sad that I was scared. Reasonable to be scared, but I'm so sad that I missed more time with you guys. I could have started this earlier. First 3 months are free. Trial it. And then decide, do you want to stay on for the rest of the year? The rest of term 1, for all of term 2. All of that is $50. This will be a purchasable item. Someone says, I want to purchase a participation in the CNRs. Okay, that's what this will be. It will be a year. You got 3 months to figure out, is this for me or not? And then decide, yes, I pull the trigger, maybe I don't. $50. I do not want to charge more because I do not want the finances to be a burden to people. I do not want this to be a barrier to entry. This is not intended to be a revenue stream for this company. It by itself, incidentally, for what it's worth, this company that I operate, this right now, I operate in the red. Because I refuse to do things like sign the Twitch contract. Because it's a terrible contract. It's an awful contract for me. It's a worse contract for you. Do you imagine ads playing just right now in the middle of this? Just periodically? Just there they go again. I won't do it. There's a whole bunch of things that I refuse to do. I will not take shortcuts. I will not compromise. This is too valuable. You are too valuable. This company operates in the red. This won't change that. It does help cover a little bit of the administration of it because this will be taking on far more work for me and a small army of volunteers. This helps us get closer to that. That said, for some of you, $50 is still a lot of dollars. I get that. $50 is a lot of dollars for me, for what it's worth. Hot Bride and I have curated a lifestyle of very little overhead. Any one of you is like, oh, watch this movie. It's on Netflix. I don't have Netflix. We don't. Oh, well, it's also playing on Paramount. Let me clarify. We don't have subscriptions. I work all of the time anyways, and we're busy. No, I don't have subscriptions. I don't lounge. I don't do anything. I work like 90 hours a week. I work a 16, 17-hour day every day. So, very little overhead. I want to get back to breaking even with this company. It'd be great. $50 might still be burdensome to you. I don't want that to be a limiting factor. So, in the shop, I will be offering a free version of this. It's the same CNRs. There's no distinction between the people who paid and purchased the year and somebody who takes the free option. It's the same. It's an essay. It's a short little essay option. For those to whom a $50 for a year of instruction, a year of community and practicing and doing hard mode and humaning alongside people, for those to whom $50 is too tall an order, there will be an essay option. I want if that's you, it's a 3, 4, 5 page essay on, I do think this is valuable. I want in. I think I could benefit from this. Here's some things I struggle with in humaning that I'd like to get better at. Here's some areas of my life. Here's some pain points. Here's some relationships that honestly consume me. I don't want them to. I don't want to be held hostage by these pain points anymore, by these problem areas of my life anymore. And to know, I think that I could benefit from the CNRs. I see the vision and I want to be a part of it. Something that communicates this. And then, I can't afford the $50, but I want in. That essay goes to the team of facilitators. That essay goes to the consulente. That essay goes to me. And we say, yep, sounds good. You're in. Come on. That's year one. Now, it's been brought to my attention, incidentally, by people who are smarter than me, which is a lot of you. So I know that's not saying a lot, but it'll have to be a handwritten essay. AI. It'll have to be a handwritten essay. And some people are like, hey, I don't write essays. I don't write things with my hands. I don't like to. Okay, that's fine. There's a $50 option. You don't have to write a dang thing. But write an essay, take a picture of it, whatever it is, send it in. You could scan it, I suppose. I don't know how many people have scanners, but scan it, send it in to the consulente, whatever it is, and they end. That's it. That's fine. That's an option. That remains available to each of you, to everybody out there. It's not about the finances. I want you guys plugged in to community. I want to create a system that facilitates such a thing. This is that system. The block parties are going to be free all year. The pair of them that happen quarterly, come and go, do whatever you want. That's all free. Meet people, mingle. That's all great. I want these times to be a low barrier to entry so that people can see maybe community is not so scary after all. That's what I want. And then join and start training. Term 1 will be fairly tame. And I've already got an outline for what this will look like and the material that we'll go through, and that I know how it will turn out. That we end up with common vocabulary and a shared vision of where we're headed with this thing, and the perspective that will be, unique to the cruise, as unique as its members. Term 2, for the first years, same thing. It's a step up for tools and techniques for conflict resolution and practical application through guided discussions and disagreements so that we can get to agree to disagree. And we do all of that. So what's year 2? I'm going to be purposefully vague here. I talked about year 2 in much greater detail, with much higher granularity with the crews on Wednesday, because they've already lived this sort of stuff and they know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to terrify anybody who's here presently. So I'll be purposefully vague. And also because it's an ambitious year. And I have all sorts of fun and terrifying things in store for those who would embark upon this hard mode adventure for year 2. And some of that may change. So I can't give too much detail right now, as anybody who would be signing up right now, regardless of whether or not they've done the CNRs in the past, would be starting with term 1. And that's because, again, I mentioned that there is no consistency across the crews. There is no shared vocabulary across the crews. There is no level of expertise that can be expected for a given member for a given duration. That's going to change. This will help with flexibility too. If, say, your life changes halfway through the year, whatever, you can transfer to a different crew perhaps. We'll find a way to make this happen. And they'll be roughly where you left off because the curriculum accounts for that. You finish the first term and then second term comes around and yeah, your work schedule has changed. You've moved somewhere and you're in a different time zone and you got to be a different crew. You can be assured you'll have the same shared vocabulary with the people who just went through the curriculum that you did. Year 2. What can I say vaguely? What can I say vaguely about year 2? Year 2 is where we facilitate the real hard stuff. Rubber meets the road sort of thing. Year 2 is, all right, you're equipped. You have a shared vocabulary. You all have the same tools and techniques for how to do this, for how to communicate with people with whom you disagree. You all already understand. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. You're all there. Okay, we're all there. Facilitated discussions, not every single week. Again, the main purpose of them remains be in community with people who will help shoulder your burdens, celebrate life's highs and lows, and process about life. But interspersed throughout this time for year 2 will be, we're going to discuss this hot button issue. Go. Negotiate in good faith with one another. All right, this week, here's something that's happening in the headlines right now. Here's a headline for you. Hash it out, team. Agree to disagree. Remember, the lose condition is rage quitting. The lose condition is punching somebody. Don't ask me how you're going to do that over a digital platform. Negotiate. This is where we've got to get to. That we, again, look around, are not. We're not here. We're not there. We're not capable of that. We in the world right now are not capable of saying, yes, here's this firm conviction, here's this firm stance on this touchy subject, and then not be screamed at. Not be punched. We don't have that. And we've got to get there. If we're going to have an impact on this world, if we're going to fix this, if we're going to have any chance of slowing the rot, that's how. That's what year 2 is. And it will take bravery. All of it will. It will take courage to step into something difficult. Yes. To choose difficulty. Yes. This is how we do it. Right now, I don't have a purchasable item in the shop for year 2 because nobody's going into year 2. We will all be starting in year 1. Now let me clarify something else, okay? These crews would gather 90 minutes once a week. I will be staying at my current time slot to facilitate new crews and all the newcomers as I currently do. I presently sit down right here in this chair with this camera and, I was going to say this suit, but some variation of this suit every Wednesday from 9 a.m. Pacific kicks off the first one for me, and the last one starts at 9 p.m. Pacific, okay? And they run for 90 minutes. That's it. I will still be facilitating those time zones, those time slots. Not time zones, those time slots, okay? You sign up for this, and you indicate which time you can swing. That's how, which time you can do. Now, I've got a poll that I'm going to put up for you guys right now. I'll share it with you here in a minute for anybody who's interested in this. And you indicate which time you can make work. Now, here's something different. And Zin, I saw you pop in. It's good to see you, my friend. I'm glad that you're here. Zin, this applies to the likes of you and to many others who, over the course of the years that we've been experimenting with all of this, have had their work schedules change, their obligations, their demands upon their time change. We are going to be expanding the offerings for crew times. Someone called it a snow globe the other day, and that's made me laugh, so we're sticking with it for now. This is going to be the great snow globing of the Mafia CNRs. We have a one-time, no questions asked, opportunity for people to change crew times. Right now, everybody who's in them is sort of locked into them. That's the point. You don't get to shop around for crews and all of that jazz. But there are a whole bunch of folks, incidentally, who are in their current time slot because it's all that was available. The others were full. So they took a less than ideal time slot because it's all that there was. We've got a couple people who show up halfway through because that's when they get home from work every single week. We don't want that. We want attendance. We want someone to be there to take this thing seriously, to engage with the material and with one another. We've got someone else who joins for the beginning and they leave 25 minutes into our 90 minutes because that's when they get to work. But it's all that they can do. There are a lot of people who are locked into a time spot that is less than ideal. This fixes that. Or it aims to. Anybody who is new to this or who's a veteran of this thing can fill out this form, fill out this questionnaire of what your preference would be, your wish list. Now, there are capacity questions. There are limitations to our capacity for facilitation right now, especially going into year one here, term one. And so it's not limitless. So we're asking people to do this. And I will share this with you right now. I am going to make this available to all of you. I'm going to put it in the chat as soon as I grab this link. There it is. We're going to do this live. We can do this together, live, if you're interested. Okay? Let me move this out of the way really fast. Where is my shared chat? Okay. I hope it doesn't break. We'll see. I know, it's going to be bright. I'm sorry. It's very bright, yes. Very bright indeed. I don't think there's a dark mode. Very annoying. Very sad. This is it. This is the scheduling. I'm just going to go over here. Priority. Why? Why is it bright? Because... I'm sorry. I didn't make it. I didn't make it white. I didn't choose this. Listen. It fits the screen. It's the best we got. Okay. That... I just dropped the link on all of them. That link just went to Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. You can click on that link if you have any interest in getting plugged in with this. Again, there's no harm in trying it. First 3 months are free in any case. If you want to stay on for the rest of the year, that'll be a $50 thing. And we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For right now, if you are interested, this is the priority thing. Again, whether or not you're brand new, whether you ever heard of such a things before, or whether you are already in a crew. One-time amnesty across the board, no questions asked. We're asking people to select their priorities. Here's a new thing also. we are adding an additional time slot. All of this is Eastern time zone, by the way. I'm in Pacific, but a lot of you are East Coast. We sort of standardized it to be sort of in the middle of everybody because we also got a lot of folks in Europe. So, okay, not enough people in Europe to do like GMT's time zone though. So, okay, we went East Coast. East Coast time. I'm doing this for you guys because I care about you, even though it makes my brain hurt. East Coast time, there they are. Currently, I facilitate noon to midnight. Okay? The earliest one that I facilitate right now, and will facilitate in the future, is noon. Oh, Guts noticed something. Noon is the first crew that I facilitate, and the last crew starts at midnight. Starts at midnight, and then it runs for 90 minutes, okay? I run these 7 crews at present. I will, in the future, also do these 7 crews, because that's my time availability, because I'm on the West Coast, okay? However, Guts is correct. We added a new time slot. There is an earlier one. It was brought to my attention that, in fact, noon is not early, Gus, and that's actually pretty lousy to have noon be the earliest option. That's pretty stupid. Hate that. So, for those of you who got earlier days, yes, now we have an earlier time slot. There are 8 of them. My ask is for those of you who would click on that link is to choose. If you had your druthers, you got a wish list, and you don't need to worry about the current state of any of the crews. Clean slate. Doesn't matter who's full, who's got space, who don't got space. Forget all that. If you could pick a time, a 90-minute chunk of a Wednesday that you could commit to being there before work, on your lunch from work, after work, maybe it's your day off, I don't know. If you could pick a time on a Wednesday to say, yeah, that's when I can do this, I can swing that, I can pick that 90 minutes, starting at that time right there, starting then. Okay, what's your wish list? Now, preferably, I would love to have you guys say, this is my preference, this is the Goldilocks one for me. This is my second one. If I absolutely can't get the first one because of facilitation limitations, here's where the second one is that I'd like to go, okay? This form goes to me and the Consulente team who are going to be putting together all of the classes for the kickoff of Term 1. Again, the first week of March. So we've got, 5 weeks now to get all of this sorted? Something like that? 5 weeks. So if you're interested, I would love to have this information sooner rather than later. But there's one more thing. One more thing. Say you are like, I can't swing Wednesdays, Gus. This is the reason that I'm not plugged into them currently. I cannot do a Wednesday no matter what. I work every Wednesday. I can't do it. Our goal, our eventual goal, it's not today. Our eventual goal is to have a 24/7 clock of facilitation that people can attend. So no matter whether you're working days, nights, front end of the week, back end of the week, weekdays, weekends, doesn't matter. You got kids, you don't got kids, you got we want to get to a 24/7 facilitation schedule. We're not there yet. We do have the ability right now, down at the bottom of the form, to indicate interest, if you have any, if you can't swing a Wednesday, or if these days would be better for you than a Wednesday. You're like, Wednesdays, I could make it work, but it's hard. It's really, if Thursday or Saturday would be better for you, please indicate in that box. Now this form asks you for your Discord name. It shows your, as my business account, my business email is already listed in the Discord and stuff like that. I'm not worried about sharing it around. That's my business email right there. It's going to show this. Nobody sees this information. Look, it says right there, not shared. Your email and Google account are not part of your response. Okay, filling out this form, it's tied to your Gmail or whatever it is, literally just so you can't submit a bunch of different forms. That's all. We don't see this. Nobody sees this. We see your Discord name. So you enter your Discord name so we know who the heck we're talking to, right? That's kind of important. And who we're getting this information for. And then you put in, okay, you know what? I have an example here. It's spelled out so you can read this. Say you get off work at 5 p.m. Eastern, right? and you want a little extra time. You get home, you want to shower maybe, you want to eat, and then you jump into a call. So like 8 p.m. start time is like your Goldilocks time. That's your priority slot. That would be my preference. If I could get my wish list, 8 p.m. That's the time I want. Okay, the 8 p.m. one, for whatever reason, it's full, it's way over full, and we can't facilitate. There's nothing we can do. Okay, what's your second preference? Well, okay, I stay up late and I could do the later one, kicks off at 10. So down you say, okay, 8 p.m. is my preference right here. Check the box for 8 p.m. And you say my second one would be down here. If I couldn't get that, I would prefer this one down here. And maybe before that, you're like, all right, well, I don't need to necessarily shower right when I get home. And I can eat during the call. Of course I can if I want to. So, okay, after that, maybe it's the 6 p.m. one. That's how I work with my schedule. There's the preferences. And you could keep going down the line if you want to. Then my fourth option, then my fifth option. Then you just stop filling them out once you don't have any time. Once you can't swing it in any case. Okay, you're like, no, I can't. I couldn't. It's fine. Fill it out as much or as little as you need. And then, if a Thursday or a Saturday, with the same time slots, mind you. Same offerings. Not middle of the... not 3 a.m., not even 5 a.m. right now. None of that stuff. Same time offerings right there via East Coast time. Think of that in your brain. If you have an interest in Thursday or Saturday, or both, click the boxes. And when you submit the form, you can still choose priorities for Wednesday. You can still do that. But say if you can't swing a Wednesday at all, it's not possible. Your work schedule totally doesn't allow it. Okay. You skip it, skip all those. Go down here, select these boxes, make sure that your Discord name is put in so that we know who the heck you are. Submit the form. That will then go, it was bright for me too. That will then go to our team who's compiling all this information, putting the crews together, and getting it all lined up for the kickoff. We happen to have the ability right now to facilitate either Thursdays or Saturdays, not both. So we're looking to expand them. We're going to see who can be, which one of those two serves the most people right now, and what sort of, based on conversations with those people, if you talk to the people, one is incomplete on their form. Oh, someone who already submitted it? I got you, Leanne. Okay. Anyways, if you submit those forms, you send those things in, and you indicate Thursday or Saturday, that information will go to the coordination team, and they can reach out to you and say, all right, what times are you talking about here? What in your specific circumstance, which of those 2 days could you... We don't want the form to be too crazy busy. We'll figure out what the heat map looks like for preference, for ideally... what it looks like to serve the most people on a Thursday or a Saturday, and then pick one. We do not yet have the capacity to do more than that. It is my hope to do so by the kickoff of Term 2. You know why? Because that will be the kickoff of a new Term 1. If you are not able to join in this very minute, there's no guarantees of futures, right? None of us have a guarantee of tomorrow. But I have every intention for this to be structured such that each term, a new Term 1 class is starting over. The Year 1s kick off again, which is why the administration of this whole thing is going to be so convoluted. Because there will be, at any given time, 4 different cohorts running. 4 different entire classes going. Of however many different crews are being run, there will be 4 different ones. An introductory course, Term 1 of the beginner's course, Term 2 of the beginner's course. That's all Year 1. And then Year 2. Second years have their work cut out for them. And that's going to require, again, more facilitation. More facilitators. And hopefully by the time we get to September 1st, that's the start of the next one, all the prospects jumping in can have different times made available to them. We can have different days of the week. I want to spread load this to include as many people as possible from as many different time zones as possible. And I know that a lot of folks, again, have been left in the cold because of schedule changes, and I would like that to change. I would like to get our people back who we lost due to work changes. So, now you know a bunch of what's going on. That is what is currently in place. I failed to mention it before, but the way that this would work for administration purposes and for the scale of difficulty in facilitation, because it's one thing to facilitate what we've got lined up for the beginning, for the beginner's course, for year 1. It's one thing to facilitate that. It's altogether different to facilitate year 2 and the nightmare fuel, the nightmare mode difficulty of that. So right now, what it looks like is $50 for year 1, 3 months risk-free up front, no cost to you. You don't got to pay any of that until you've decided, yeah, I want to stick with this. $50 for the first year. The second year will be $100, marking the significant jump in difficulty. This is going to be an enormous challenge, and it will be my greatest trial yet. And it's worthy. It's worth my time. It's worth my effort. It's worth my loss of sleep for the time being as we crunch to get things prepared. But fret not. Same thing. Year 2, essay option. I know immediately you're like, wait a minute. Essay option. Same thing. Nothing's going to change there. I do not want it to be a barrier. How do we scale this? Right now, we are anticipating about 100 people for term 1. Spread loaded amongst a lot of crews. It's going to be a lot of work. And I'm very much looking forward to it for what it's worth, because though it is difficult work, it is worthy work. Really looking forward to it. If we hit replacement rate, that is, everybody who attends first term says in the course of their first term, hey, buddy, I think you should do this. I've been asked several times since Wednesday, can I sponsor a friend? Yes, you can. You absolutely may. That's a kind thought indeed. And I think that's a great gift. Those of you who have older children, you can gift this to them. Gift of community, gift of training in hard mode, in humaning. You've got a friend who you think could benefit from this, a sibling, a coworker, a parent. We had one person ask, can I get my mom into this? Yes, of course you can get your mom into this. Now, I don't know if they meant for her to be in the same crew. I suspect not. We've got couples who've done this before and plan on doing this again. Some couples like going through the course together. Some couples want to be in the same crew and to process things together. Others want to be separated. There's nothing nefarious about that. It's, hey, I want to process this without having to worry about how it will be received on the other side here. I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I want to process this apart from my partner. Okay? We've got all kinds. Some people, yeah, we've got parents in some and their kids are in others. However y'all want to swing it. What I am counting on, yes, counting on, is that those of you who find value in it do something with that information. A great many of you, and this is a humbling reality for me. A great many of you have asked, how can I help with this, Gus? What can I do? I want to be a part of this. How? What does that look like? Recruit. That's how. Recruit. Grab a friend. Some of you are excellent at this. One of you comes to mind immediately. Some of you are excellent at bringing a friend. That's the best way. Because if we hit replacement of our current projections for numbers and all that, right? Okay, great. By the end of year 2, we will have 100 people in each cohort, right? We'll have 400 people. That's not 7,000, is it? It doesn't scale either. Because if it was just replacement rate each year, we just end up with that same number going forward. How do we hit 7,000 people in 5 years' time? How do we hit 1,000 crews by 2031? There's a magic number. We crunched them. It's 1.25. 1.25. Every single person refers someone. In the course of your 2 years, gets a friend to join. And every fourth person brings 2 people. And then however all that washes out. That gets us to 1,000 crews in 5 years. That is the aim. That is the dream. That is the goal for scaling this thing and saving the world. You can be a part of that. I'm working on several systems right now, for what it's worth. I'm working on several systems for ways to say thank you, ways to celebrate the people who do recruit, the people who do refer a friend. I'm working on putting systems in place to track such things and to, maybe even make a leaderboard for like the top recruiters and all of that jazz. I would love to do something like this, and that's what's on my brain so far for it. It's not in place at this moment. But it would have to be something like someone signing up and saying, oh yeah, so-and-so referred me. And that's how they get referral credit. You can't just say, I referred these 7 people. I've never met this person in my life. Yes, this person referred me. This person told me to join. This person said this would be beneficial. I'm working on that right now. In the meantime, I have... Where is this? How do I manage to break things? How do I manage to be so technically inept? How do I manage to do that? How do I manage to break something like that? Bear with me a moment. Apologies. What did you do? No. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I have a broken link. I copied the wrong link here. That's all. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay. Getting it fixed right now. No problem. There. Now. It's live. Jeez. Imagine being inept. Now, there's a coffee shop for it. Now, there's a link for it. There's your form if you haven't indicated a time interest. And if you are interested in signing up for this thing right out of the gate, if you already know the value of the CNRs. Again, first 3 months are free. There's no obligation for anybody to do this right now. I know that's bad sales. I know you're not supposed to do all of this. I know that I'm stepping on my own system. I know. It's not about the money. It's about serving you guys. It's about building something that is worthy of you. It is about building something that solves the conundrum, the mess that we're in. So, yes, I will step all over my own numbers because it's not about the dollars. So, you don't got to do anything with this information right now, okay? You don't got to do anything with that coffee shop link. You don't need to do any of it. Also, I'm pretty sure the alerts are on, by the way. So, I have to think about that. If you don't want your name to pop up, I'm pretty sure there's a coffee shop alert right now. So if someone did purchase it there would be like an alert that would pop off and it would say your name, whatever name you put in there. So if you don't want that to happen, hold off till the end of stream. I'll have to check on that. Anyways, you don't have to do anything with that right now. You do, if you are interested, this form. This form. I know it's a bare bones form. I know. Get that information in, and we will, me and my team, start compiling that data literally tonight and putting this stuff together because we're running out of time before term 1 kicks off. We got block parties coming up. We got block parties coming up to plan for. In 2 weeks. In less than 2 weeks, we got a block party. Term 1 kicks off in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, less than 6 weeks. There's a lot that is going to happen in the next month, you guys. And I'm scrambling to get things ready. I'm grateful for your patience as I did not want to delay this any further. Again, did not want to delay this any further. Oh, wait, there's something. Wait a minute. I have to say a thing in a particular channel. I gotta ping everybody there. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Okay. There, I meant to mention that earlier. I ran out of time. Okay. That had to go to some select people. Jeez. So, okay. I'm very excited. Very excited. Now, I've been asked, and this was to Squirrel's question earlier. I don't know if Squirrel is still awake. I'm sorry, my friend. I needed to do this in process, as you well know and accurately pointed out. I take being understood very seriously. I aim to avoid misunderstandings. So one question that I've been asked about current crews. This will be the future of these crews. The people who are in those crews have the same snow globe options that you guys do. To bounce crews, to choose this or that. They're going to have a preference for the time zone that they're already locked into. We'll figure all that out in the forums. I'm not particularly worried about any of that stuff. If, however, existing people say, and this happened with a couple people already, with 2 people who said, I cannot swing my time obligations right now. I already show up really rarely. We all knew that, yeah. They said, I won't be able to commit to it. The ask is, be there 80% or better. Emergencies are still going to happen. Stuff's still going to come up. Funerals, they happen. Travel plans, something crazy happens with work and you get called in. But take seriously being there. Take seriously this because others are depending on you. Take seriously that. Be there 80% or better of the time. And some people said, who've been doing this for a while, Gus, you know I can't do 80% of the time. I've loved hanging out. I've loved doing it, but I can't do I won't be able to do it. My work schedule, they've got travel. Travel is a big one. People who travel a lot for work, different time zones, moving around. I totally understand. Those same people said to their crews, hey guys, I like you. We're kind of buddies. Let's say we set up a time outside of it being a CNR. Let's get together once a week. Let's figure out a time that we can all do it and we can hang out and chit chat and keep up on each other's lives. Yes, do that. Perfect. Precisely. I love that. I want that for you. Anybody is welcome to do that whenever the hell you want. This is something that I don't know that needs to be said, but maybe it doesn't go without saying. I don't know. You guys are adults. You guys can hang out with whomever you want. If you guys want to host a block party, some such in the public channel, whenever the hell you want, you can. None of them are locked. They're public channels. If you guys want to mix and mingle whenever the hell you want, you can. If you guys want to set aside times to meet with people that you know, you can. My encouragement is that is great. Do more than the minimum. My 90 minutes once a week, I know is like scary to some, but to me, guys, the amount of time that I spend in community each week is unbelievable. Yes, I work 90 hours a week, but a lot of that includes community. That includes my 14 to 17 hour day on Wednesdays. Yes, this is my work, this is my job, and I facilitate all of these things. It's my community. I am the chief steward of this thing, of course. Chief disappointment. That's a long heckin' day, but I am in a lot of community. And my encouragement to you guys is to do the same. Now, there are other groups who are doing other things. Here's another side quest dream that I have, okay? I want the block parties to be the place where you do meet friends. I don't just mean training or sparring partners. That too, obviously. CNRs. I want that to be the place where you can meet friends. Find common interests. Find the overlap that friendships are made of. Find people there. Wait a minute, you also like sports ball? Oh, bet! I want, in short order, to be able to say on stream, hey, join the Mafia community Discord, do all this, get plugged into humaning training and all that. But also, we've got a group that does sports ball stuff. They're fanatics. They do a fantasy league. I don't know what all you sports ball people do. I don't know. We've got a crafting community that does this. They get together on this day. Once a week, they get together and they do crafting on this. This group of people, entrepreneurial sorts, interested in the basics and stuff of starting up a business and best practices and accountability and sharing all that. I've got a business leaders group that I'm a part of and I meet with every week. I told you I've met with them for a decade now, every Tuesday for lunch. And they meet at this time. We got a group of people over here. Well, we got a bunch of people who do D&D, but I would love to have an apparatus that I could point to and say, based on interest, you might like this crew, this group, this group. They do this and this and this and this. The CNRs are for saving the world. Friendships are for building you up and restoring you as we do that. Now, the CNRs, for what it's worth, let you in on a little secret here. People do feel refilled very often after the CNRs. Not every single week. A lot of weeks we do some heavy lifting. A lot of weeks we do some heavy lifting. But to be able to process all of that with people who care about you, who aren't going to run out on you. For those of you who don't have that in your life, you might not know what that is. You might not know what that's like. You might not know what that feels like to experience such a thing. I want you to. I want you guys to know that the conditions for doing this are the expectations are real for a reason. The adage of you get out of it what you put into it is absolutely true for this. It absolutely will be. Some people won't take it seriously enough and it'll screw them over. Some people will take it quite seriously and they will see some of these benefits, ones that I live all of the time, that I live each day. I want that for you. Very much. Very much. That's what I got. That's what I got, gang. Sorry I'm so long-winded about things. But I do like to be comprehensive. I do like to be exhaustive. Now, okay, I haven't seen chat any of this time. If you guys have questions that I am capable of answering right now, I want to use what time we have left to do that. If you've got questions that you've already forwarded to the consulente, great. I'll get those questions anyways. We'll hash them out. It's very possible that right now I'll be like, I don't have an answer. Let me write it down. Or I can't talk about that. I'll write it down. Or whatever. Maybe I do have answers. I don't know. Or I'll be addressing that at this time. But if you do have questions right now that I can clarify, please let me know. There's no dumb questions here, okay? Cass, it's very good to see you. I saw you mention a little while ago something like, I don't understand, or I'm confused, or something. I don't know what that was about. I'm very sorry. I try to be good at explaining things. If that question wasn't answered by all the fabulous humans around here, I hope to clarify things now. So, okay, let me catch up with chat. Dear God, Duckling, it's good to see you. You got this. Are we cackling now? Oh my gosh. Do I have to fill out form out again? I don't. I'm behind on things. Oh God. Okay. No, Leanne's on it. Whew, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, we're on it. We're zooming now. Oh, I hang out with people outside my crew all the time. Me and Liz are buddies. Hell yeah, Guts. She's a keeper. Liz is fun. We like Liz. It was good. I'm glad. Zin, question about Patreon and Capos. Good question. I already know what the question is. Zin, thank you for bringing it up. I have a part of an answer to this question. Also, hi, Mouse. Apex Pack. Okay. Apex Pack before I move on, before I forget. Patreon and coffee. People who are already supporting at dollar amounts. Okay. I have a partial answer. The partial answer is this does need to be a separate charge. There's nobody who's grandfathered in to either the charge amount or the essay thing. The facilitators will require one or the other going forward. I've been asked, well, what if I support using this platform? I am looking to, this is why this is a partial answer, I am looking to simplify all of that going forward. I'm looking to simplify how many platforms I process payment through. I'm looking to streamline all of that. That is not something that I got to before getting to here. It's just not something that I got to. I'm looking to simplify. That said, for the people who are already existing, this is going to be a separate thing. And that's because what then do I do with someone who says, well, I tipped you $5 on that stream? Am I a tenth of the way toward paying for the, well, I tipped you $3 on this stream. I hope you're keeping a ledger because that gets me, this close to paying for the year for the, it has to be a separate entry. The bookkeeping alone is a nightmare. I'm looking at getting a bookkeeper, incidentally. That's one of my first things that I need to be doing in Q1, which was competing with trying to crunch to get all this ready to go. Oh my gosh. But yes, this will be a separate purchase. There are people who have subscriptions and stuff set up in all the places. This will be a separate. I don't know if that was your question, but there's that. Okay. Heard there are better alternatives to support instead of Patreon. What are those? Oh. And are there ones that keep capo status? There, the one you're thinking of would be this. And incidentally, here, let me run this. Let me run this right now so as you can see. The best way to support this project, apart from the CNRs, apart from the merch stuff, there's lots of things, okay? There's lots of different ways. Again, I want to streamline all of that. As of right now, the best way to support financially is, well, I'll show you. We'll go here, we do this, we say this, we go there. The best way to do it is presently discounted. If you look right over here and you use that code and you get to do the thing and this whole project is funded by viewers like you, folks who have voted with their wallets and sacrificed to give this thing a shot at a future. If you're not already a member, you click that button to sign up, $99 a year for the discounted rate or $9.99 a month if you don't want to go for the annual just yet. You get the entire experience ad-free, plus access to exclusive content not just on this channel, but on every channel on Rumble. It's also one of the best options to support this channel and my work. So if I've been a value add to your life, consider joining up today using that link below. Yeah, that. I'm changing that music. That music doesn't achieve what I wanted it to achieve. Anyways, the reason that I say that that is the best way to support is because Rumble doesn't take a cut. Twitch takes 50%, YouTube takes 30%, everybody takes a percent. Rumble takes, the coffee now takes like 8 or 9%. Patreon takes like 15 or 16%. Unbelievable. This is why I need to streamline things, okay? They're all different. They're all ridiculous now. Rumble takes 0. There's a 3% processing fee if you're on desktop. If you're on desktop, I gotta be careful about this. If you are on mobile, it screws you because the App Store takes 30%. The App Store does. Android or Apple take 30%. They just do as their processing fee. You don't like pay that extra. That much less goes to the person that you support, and instantly it becomes as bad as supporting on YouTube, right? Not as bad as Twitch still, but as bad. So the mobile app stores, they suck. If you're on desktop and you do Rumble Premium using my link on my channel, on my Rumble page, not just getting Rumble Premium, it has to be through my page. That way they attribute it to me. I get all of that. There's a 3% processing fee that goes to the payment processor. Rumble takes 0. 0. Same goes for gifted subs on Rumble. All of that. They take 0. So right now, yes, that is the best way to support, like in terms of how much is lost in the processing. Yeah. As far as the second part of your question, does it retain capo status for the bonus talks and all of that? That is something I don't have a definitive answer to this very minute. It's another thing that I'm working on, part of the streamlining. Something I haven't got to answer yet because I've been crunching for this. But I do have it down. Definitely, it's already written down as a consideration of who gets access to what for bonus talks and all the rest of it. Yes, I fully appreciate the question. I'm grateful for your asking it. I'm grateful that Zin's not a paid actor. Anybody not a paid actor? That's a very good, genuine question. I appreciate it very much. Very much. Okay. Now, I have to catch up. I have to catch up. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up. How we do this. Oh my God. Martin, it's good to see you, Martin. Welcome in. I hope that you're well. I hope that you are well. Blinker fluid. I redeemed it twice. Oh, the second one I got in this stream. Okay. I got you. Okay. Second one, mouse. Second bit of disappointment. More like the third bit of disappointment. Am I right? Okay. Got that. And blinker fluid. I got you. Why would you redeem things when you know I'm not looking at chat? Why would you do that? You know I can't see. Ah, jeez. That one scared me. The first one, I was like, yeah. I'm there. It's going to be good. And it was refreshing. For some reason, the second one freaking jump scared me. I got punched in the eyeball. Accuracy was much better on this one. We went slower and more accurate. I went... Don't know how we do. Thank you, Zin. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for the subscription, I think. I don't know what that was, a subscription. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. The alerts on coffee still puzzle me. Yes, coffee takes less than Patreon. Rumble takes nothing. That is the current hierarchy of stuff. At some point here in the next couple months, I hope to get all that streamlined and figured out. And again, for anybody who's like, I don't necessarily want to go the Rumble route. Maybe you're like, I don't know this Rumble person. I stream content behind the paywall on Rumble still right now. Like if I'm streaming Apex, very often the latter half of those streams are behind the paywall on Rumble Premium. So you either need to have a sub to the channel or have Rumble Premium, which gives you access to the paywall everywhere across the entire platform for the whole year. To anybody's channel, not just mine. I also do like Minecraft behind the paywall. I do that sort of stuff behind the Rumble Premium paywall. So there is extra content that you get for signing up for Rumble Premium or having a sub on the channel, an active sub on the channel. And again, if you're like, I don't know about this Rumble person, I don't trust this Rumble person, they don't get any of the money. It goes to me. In fact, I'm part of their creator program, so I actually get a commission. I actually get like a paycheck from them. I don't. This is a strange thing to everybody who's used to Twitch. Twitch gives you what someone else sent you, right? Like if you guys gift 5 subs to somebody on Twitch, right? The Twitch streamer that got that, that's $25 that was taken from you. Papa Bezos takes 50% of that, and then the Twitch streamer is taxed, and then Twitch sends whatever's left over to the creator, and that's their payouts. That's Twitch's payout system. They're basically a payment processor that takes 60%, the 50%, and then taxes, okay? So like it's a payment processor that takes 60%. That's Twitch. YouTube is a payment processor that takes 40%. Like that's what they are. Rumble, one, they don't take anything. They just payment process for the 3% minimum for the payment processor. Okay, that's what it is. And then I get paid. Like I get paid for you guys having a tab open right now. If you're watching on Rumble, like if you're on a PC right now, if you're on a desktop and you can have multiple tabs open, like if you're like me and you're lurking a bunch of people, which I am, I should check my lurks. Those are probably way out of date. We've probably got so much stranger danger, wasted frames. If you can have multiple tabs open and you've got one open on Rumble and you've got one open on Twitch and you got one open on YouTube, like hooray, that's great. I get nothing for the Twitch or the YouTube one except, you know, discoverability, hooray. But I didn't sign their contracts. I'm not monetized. I get nothing for that. I get a paycheck from Rumble just by you guys having a tab open. And then I get bonuses for anybody who uses my links and signs up for stuff. So it's the payment processing that goes to me directly from you guys. And then I get paid more. So actually it's like the opposite of Twitch, where the creator you're supporting gets less than you gave them. I get more than you give me. So if you tip, if you gift 2 subs on Rumble, right? That's $10. It's the same thing as Twitch that are $5 subs, right? If you gift 2 subs, I get the $10 minus the 3% processing fee. But then I also get a commission. I get a bonus for that. Like I get paid above the $10. Like I lose the 3% to the payment processors, but then they pay me as being part of their creator program. I'm partnered with them. So I get a paycheck that is totally separate from any of y'all's support. Doesn't come out of your pocket. It comes out of theirs for driving traffic. So right now, oddly, Rumble is the best payment processor, yes. Coffee, I guess, would be the second best that I currently have. And yeah, Patreon is, I don't even know who the hell Patreon thinks they are. Taking 15, 16, 17%, whatever the hell it is now. That is unbelievable. Like, who the actual hell do they think they are? What value add do you bring? You're a payment processor. You could do this for virtually nothing. You could do this for 3%. Who the hell do you think you... I don't know. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. Get off my soapbox. Honestly, I've been coming off sedation for a dental procedure earlier today. Don't even know what I was confused about. All right then, guys. I'm just glad to see you for what it's worth. I'm glad to have you in. Okay, let me see here. Scroll bars. Guts was curious to see if a video essay would be acceptable in her case. Right. Good question. Okay, this actually came up. We literally, it's not a joke, we got people who brought this to my attention. I meant to mention it tonight. Thank you for saying something. Guts and for Duckling reiterating it. I appreciate you guys. The handwritten thing is obviously for like ruling out AI. Right? And it's like, okay, you actually wrote this thing. That's great. In your own hand. Fabulous. We actually have people in the community who don't have use of their hands. Like any use of their hands. We have someone in the community who doesn't have hands. And it's like, oh, right. Voice to text. Okay, do a voice to text something or other. And then submit that. It's like, we have someone else in the community who has neither the use of their hands nor the use of their mouth. First of all, I'm like, there's questions about how much this person will benefit in their inability to communicate with a crew. So that's its own thing. But on a case-by-case basis here, yes. If you do a video recording of it, take a video of yourself and be like, here's why I want, that would be great. I'd love that. I will have to incorporate something like that into the shop that actually says something to that effect. Although the video AI thing. I'm going to stick with the handwriting by now, and a case-by-case basis, maybe I do that. Maybe I can add language to about accessibility. I'm going to make a note to myself here. Make a note on coffee shop. Something like if you have access, if accessibility is a problem, is in question, if accessibility is a barrier for you, hands, reach out to the consulente and we'll figure something out. Smiley face. Very good. Okay. So I just noted. Thank you. Very good. Very good question. The wind is howling now. Wow. Wow, look at that. It's been in the negative all day. The cold? Well, you guys are all the storms starting, right? It's begun for a lot of you. -1F? That's crazy, Leanne. Interesting. White stuff falling? I'm so jealous. I want the Schnee. Give it to me. Excellent. Exactly. -13C here, and I hate it. -13C. What's -13C? Is that like -8? -7? Something like that. It's in the negatives, right? Yeah. Okay. Wait, no, that's in single digits. Wait. Because it's 0? I'm confused. Talk about Rumble. Where's Trouble tonight? Where's who? Who Trouble? Who is texting me? Everybody I know is here. Oh, you mean Hale? I don't know where Hale is. I don't know. I want der Schnee. Ich auch will die Schnee. Der Schnee. Ich will. Let me see here. Scroll bars. One of us. Hey, a simple move. I appreciate you, my friend. Okay, now I'm caught up. So, okay, moving from one to the other. I'm tracking. That is no small thing, my friend. You've been in this for a long heckin' time, and I am grateful AF for you. Convenient timing, too. Was a week out. Patreon charging again. Didn't accidentally double dip. Yeah, like I was going to say, you mean like you've done before? Glad he's not home. He'd be stuck for a week. Oh, yeah, he's out on the road. He's over in my neck of the woods, Leanne. He's over here where it's no snow. Where it's hot. Unbelievable. Ew. So what do we see here? So should we Patreon subscribers switch to something better? Not subscribed to pay Patreon. That's really all I can say about it, Duckling, is right now Rumble is the best for payment processing purposes, but it'd be kind of weird. Like there's a subscription type thing, right? Which is you sign up, that month is automatically withdrawn on the same day. How would somebody do the equivalent on Rumble? Like you can sign up, it's $99 a year for the thing. You can also have used the discount code that's, I think, pinned to the top of my Rumble chat. Is it? Yes. Yes. In the Rumble chat, at the top of Rumble chat right now, is the sponsor, and you can get the $10 off the annual subscription, so it comes out to $89 annually. But if your goal is to support at a higher level than that, obviously that's not terribly helpful because that only gets you to that amount, and you can't like stack premium subscriptions. So then it would be like, okay, then I gift a sub. We actually have one person who does this. We have one person who says that I really want to min-max this. I'm not in this to pay the payment processors, so they use Rumble and they like off stream submit a number of gifted subs to the channel. It's like, you could do that on stream. Well, I don't want the recognition. Do it off stream, a number of subs for an upcoming stream. You'd go on to like a scheduled stream or whatever it is. You gift the subs. And then it's, wait, no, do they do it? They might do it at the very tail end of stream. I can't remember. It's been a little while. And they do it every like 6 months. And they're like, okay, the amount that I want to support at, that I've budgeted at, is this much. So every 6 months, I will give this much. I have the Rumble Premium thing, and then I will do this many gifted subs on there and they budget for it, but that's an interaction that you have to do, or a transaction that you have to do. There is no, you can have a consistent sub too that auto withdrawals on Rumble, but that's only $5 a month. So shy of like doing it piecemeal all the time. Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. So I understand the convenience. But you know what? I told one person once upon a time, they said, Gus, you're lucky. I'm signing up for this, it was Patreon way back in the day. They said, I'm signing up for $5 a month and you're lucky because I'm the sort that forgets I'm subscribed to things. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I want people to be cognizant that this is happening still. So periodically, I have historically, I've needed to be better about this the last year in particular, but just one other thing on my plate, you guys. I've historically reached out to people and been like, hey, just so you know, you're still subscribed at this rate. Is that by design? Did you choose this? Do you still want this? No hard feelings at all if you want to dip. I just want to let you know that I would not like it if I found out that this was going on and I had forgotten about a sub. So if you want to dip, please keep coming around, be a part of the community, but drop your subscription. So that's my preference, is to do that. I don't want people to feel hoodwinked. I don't want anybody to be stuck in something or guilted into something. No. Again, not about the money. Yes, this thing requires dollars and cents to run. Of course it does. Every business does. But I'm looking to break even. And not by, and I don't want to do it if it's going to bone someone else and screw somebody over. It's no good. It's no good. Okay, let me catch up here. Scroll bar asked, because of my specific circumstances, would you know about? Yes, Guts, yes. It's a great question. Thank you for asking it. I meant to say it earlier. Super glad that you mentioned it. 29F here in Dallas, Fort Worth. Tim, it's good to see you. Hello, my friend. Hat tips around. Join us for CNRs. Yes, it's true. What's the CNRs? Dang, it's what we talked about the whole night. Incidentally, sir, you are on a list of people that I need to reach out to about this specific thing tonight. I didn't think I'd get to see you tonight, but yeah, I gotta reach out. Zacchaeus, you too. It's good to see you, my friend. Hello. If you are streaming, I hope your stream goes well. Oh my gosh, I said I needed to check my lurks. Speaking of, dude, what the heck? Oh my, none of these people are still alive. Hang on, who are you? Stranger dangers. Stranger a danger. Wow, okay, I do not have, there are a lot of people that I don't have pulled up. I'm a bad friend. Sorry, that just probably absolutely came through my speaker. Sorry. Through my speaker and into my microphone, I mean. Wow, this is a lot of people. Ooh, buddy. I feel V-bad. Dude, this is a lot of tabs. I don't know that I have the bandwidth for this. I don't know that I can... I have a lot of tabs open. This is too many tabs open. Something's gonna break. Who can I reclaim bandwidth from? Anybody? Dude, I gotta chop it. Oh, you ended. I gotta chop it down to like a MySpace top 8 situation, you guys. This is too many people. It's too many. Okay, there goes one. There goes two. Oh boy. It's a lot of you. Okay. Is that 8? It's 9. And you. Okay, we've done it. Like a band-aid. Right off. We gotta take care of our people. But oh god. It messed up every... Oh, feel bad. Want to take care of everybody. Oh god. Oy. It was really weird when you knocked on my door at 2 a.m. and asked me if I still wanted to sub. Yeah, I know, Tib, I know. But listen, I'm a busy man. I take the times I can get. It's 2 a.m. It makes no difference. It's work hours, you know what I'm saying? Just FYI. Doc, it's good to see you, Pre. I hope that you're well. Good to have you in, sir. Good to have you in. I'm glad to see you. Any good Dom checks on her subs? I don't get this reference. It's probably a show of some kind. I don't know. I don't get it. Friday night, Strumbalong. Yeah, there's a lot of people streaming. It's ridiculous. So, okay. There are a handful of outstanding things that I still want to get sorted out going forward into the future of all of this. But that's the skeleton of it, you guys. That's the gist. That's the pitch. That's the whatever. And like I said, I'm going to try tomorrow to throw all of this into an edit, chop off the beginning and the end, have the middle, speed it up a little bit, and then have a video that I upload to Rumble, to YouTube. I don't know. Oh, I meant to upload another tutorial this week. Oh my gosh, in crunch time, I totally forgot. I was like, I'll do it off schedule. What? We have another one. What the heck? Okay, we have another video. The finale of the Stanley Parable is going live tomorrow morning, by the way. Saturday mornings now, not Sunday mornings. That's going live tomorrow morning. The finale of the Stanley Parable playthrough from however long ago. I hope you guys have enjoyed that series. It's really fun. And the finale is Chef's Kiss. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like the thumbnail. It's a good one. It's a good one. That's tomorrow. But I will hopefully be able to crunch this sucker down, tonight's talk down, and maybe I'll make it like an unlisted video. Like it won't be publicly like posted on the channel. No. It would be. It would be. Also, Doc, if you've been here, have you noticed anything in your ears besides the shrieking, shrill, awful nail on chalkboard of my voice? Besides that, have you noticed anything about the ambiance of the music? Yeah, he did. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad. I've been listening to it all day on a loop. I changed it up at the beginning of the stream, and then I had regrets later. I had regrets, you guys. I was like, no, I should have just done this. Super good. Hell yeah. So yes, I'm going to chop it all down, which means this is where you guys come in. I am going to try to assist you guys as much as I can. Or it was a good choice too. I'm glad you liked it. I'm going to try to assist you guys as much as I can in spreading the word. I'm going to create literature for this that I was really hoping to have ready by tonight, you guys. It just didn't happen. I cannot believe how many hours have gone into this. No, so there's no literature ready to go. But I want to create literature that is like a elevator pitch one, a longer, more fleshed out one in writing. I want to be able to provide that to you guys so that you can share it with a friend. Okay. I would love to see our numbers for our facilitation maxed out going into term 1. I would absolutely love that. I know that very few people, comparatively speaking, heard anything about it here tonight. I shared it with everybody on Wednesdays, of course, but then again, some people missed Wednesdays. And so my ask is, yeah, grab a friend. If you're feeling really ambitious, grab more than that. I want to someday create a leaderboard here sooner rather than later for all of the recruiters out there and celebrate you lovely lot who are interested in spreading it. And I'm working on a program for that too. Stay tuned. But in the meantime, yes, I'm going to work on literature for it that you can share and also this video. I will try to come up with a short version of it, a quick little down and dirty version that's like the elevator pitch, and then the longer version, because I recognize that this was like a 2.5 hour pitch tonight, that it told the whole story. I can chop that down a little bit, but maybe I get it down to 2 hours. That's still really long. I recognize that. But if you want to share it with somebody, share it with a friend who you think will actually listen to it, sure. Anybody who was here tonight and they were like, I have to bail, I can't listen to this whole thing, sure, the VOD, that this will be the thing that they can watch to get all their questions hopefully answered. But if any of you guys have questions, or questions that you anticipate being asked, by all means, let me know. I want to be helpful to you. So tell me. I'll let you know whether or not it's already written down or if it's whatever. So yeah, we've got the that is super bright. That is crazy bright. Let me get rid of that. We've got the schedule thing. What is the music? Can't hear it? What? Can't hear it? Why, that doesn't make a lick of sense. I have it on pretty quiet. Let me see. Hang on. Okay, I turned it up a little bit for you. Here, we'll start it over. We'll start it over with something you might recognize. Oh, what a freaking beautiful... Makes me so happy. Let me see. I was just gonna say... Oh, I was gonna get the link. And that is... in my DMs. There it is. Okay. Here you go. I'm gonna drop this in the studio chat again. They changed the chat thing. I don't love it. It is a quiet track. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That is the form for any of you who are interested in figuring out the time. Actually figuring out a time slot, indicating interest. Again, that is for people who already attend the CNRs. Will have to fill out this same form. There is no default of me just assuming something. I literally have no idea what's in your head. I can't figure that sort of stuff out. So all people who are currently doing it, who want to jump into the new terms of all of this, who want to jump into the new season of all of this, with or without existing time spots, I gotta have the form filled out. We don't know how to put all this stuff together. And I really don't have the time to reach out to individuals as we crunch time for this and be like, okay, hey. So share that around with your crews. I can post it in each of the crew chats, but it'll require explanation for the people who weren't there. They're like, what is this? The people who weren't there on Wednesday, of which there were a handful. And it's like, how do we break this down for them? And the answer is going to be, you got to watch this long-ass video now because you weren't there. So there's the link for that. Again, there's more stuff rolling out. There are new and interesting things that are going to be happening soon, TM. And there are going to be... There's one thing in particular that is happening soon. On a similar timeline, in fact. But I'm not going to announce it tonight. There's a couple things. One is a biggin. I'm not going to announce it tonight. I've announced too much tonight already. I've done this thing now. I'm not going to add on to the pile, okay? Not going to... Next time. Not even next week. I'll save it. For several weeks, I'll save it. Okay? Okay. But also, hey, tomorrow's the Stanley Parable finale, which means the following Saturday, 1 week from tomorrow, we premiere the Iron Lung edit. The Iron Lung edit, which goes with the movie premiere. The Markiplier Iron Lung movie comes out on like Thursday night at midnight or whatever it is. So Friday, and then Saturday is going to be the edit premiere. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you look forward to it like I am. And then tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, yeah, Saturday, we got another stream lined up. I'll be streaming... What am I streaming tomorrow night? Ooh, the Pile tomorrow night. Oh, thank God. I'm so excited to get back to it, you guys. That freaking game is so stinking funny. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Pile. Tomorrow night, we're back to Dishonored. I'm very much looking forward to it. What a hilarious freaking game. I hope you guys are getting a kick out of it too. What do you mean you don't know what's in my head? Listen. I know it's in your head, Tib. But that's just because we're besties. That's just because we're besties. I don't know. So yes, I can hear now. Good. Yeah, I am putting together, like I said, literature that can spell this out for some people so you guys can share it around. Because I am absolutely. The hard mode part of this is, sure, it's going to be the humaning stuff. Of course it is. But also, my ask is going to be, my encouragement to people is going to be, if you find value in it, especially those who haven't been in it, right? Everybody who's done it before is like, you already know whether or not you think the CNRs are of value. This is just going to be a more structured one that gives us shared vocabulary and shared tools and shared experiences so that we have like a definite, here's what you ought to be able to do by this time sort of deal. If you already find them valuable, then sure, tell people what value you've had. Your story of how you've experienced the change in your life is invaluable. Share that with somebody as a, here's who I was, here's who I am now. We've got a bunch of people with those stories. That's really cool. But as people get into them for the first time, they experience them for the first time, they've never done any of this stuff before, my ask is going to be, hey, if you have found value in this first 6 months, this first year, encourage a friend to join. Because replacement, again, has to be within those first 2 years. Exponential is 1.25. That's our number. 1.25. We're going to see about it, you guys. 1.25. The pile! I'm so excited, Duckling. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Tib, how are you, my friend? My brain is burnt out. I'm operating on too little sleep, and I've been absolutely cramming to get to tonight and prepare for tonight. I didn't even get to proofread as much as I would have liked. So if somebody found like a spelling error or a grammatical faux pas in any of the publications that I put out there, please let me know. I was slamming those things together. Oh my Gerby, you can rate it out. Bet. We get to reclaim bandwidth. Neener. Okay, we got you pulled up. Very good, very important. Take care of our people. So yeah, tomorrow night, you guys, Dishonored. That's what's next. Very excited for it. Looking forward to it. Gonna be a big to-do. Any other last questions before we end tonight? I could raid out. I could, since it wasn't a super serial night. And that might actually be kind of fun. I think I have a new friend that I'm supposed to go meet. Don't I? I think I do. We'll see. Thumper! Hi, Thump! Oh, absolutely love the outfit. Thank you. Looking marvelous. Thank you. I tried. I'm trying to look snazzy for you guys tonight. It's good to see you, my friend. Cold. Yeah, it sounds like it, Tib. Sounds like it. It's not cold here. Here it is. You know what? Let me see. What is it? I keep complaining that it's too warm. What is it here? It is presently 39 here. Tonight will be somewhat chilly. Tonight it will go all the way down to 19. And the next day, same thing, 19. But no, like today it reached 50 degrees. Ridiculous. Like, what is this even? There's no precipitation. Unless there is a 6% chance I could wake up in the morning with snowfall. A 6% chance. That's not high enough, but you know what? It's better than zero, and I'll take it because, like, next week isn't even going to be, like, it's going to barely touch freezing. It's ridiculous. It's in the low to mid 50s the rest of the week. It's absurd. It's absurd. So yeah, all of you over there who are like, I hate the cold, I don't like it, come on over to Reno. You'll be sad for different reasons. Do you have a question? And it's an important one. What do you think the color green tastes like? What do I think the color green tastes like? As if I don't know? I'm confusion. Sir. I'm well acquainted with what green tastes like. It's not my favorite crayon, but it's passable. Like it I know one guy who's like, it was his favorite, but honestly, he was kind of a weirdie. So I don't know how many people are like, yeah, green. So I don't. Green crayons taste like sunshine. Yeah, it's not everybody's favorite. It's not for everybody. But yeah, I mean, I know you're Marine, but I didn't want to assume. I've tried all the colors. Dude, I had such a long career. It's like the every flavor beans. I've tried them all. Tried them all. That's some good, some bad. That's it. That's it. So yes, I will. Let's see. I will try to get that video published. Man, it'd be really cool if I could get that sucker like finished and uploaded so that I could link it by tomorrow night's stream. That's my aim. We'll see, you guys. We'll see. I'm gonna try to catch up on sleep tonight. I'm not gonna lie. We made it to past crunch time, so I'm gonna catch up on some winks. But I'm gonna try to get that video done tomorrow. We got a lot. Now we have a new crunch time. Wednesday was one crunch time. This is a second crunch time. There's more crunch to come. More crunch. All right, let me see. Who is live that I would raid? Who goes there? Who even goes there? Oh, you raided out. That's why there's two of you. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Oh, interesting. Buck is multi-streaming. Herm. Or he's not multi-streaming, sorry, he's collaborate streaming. We don't really have the numbers to do anything over there. Who do we have on Rumble? Spartan's live. Is Spartan live on both? He is not. Beard might be, though. Is Beard live? Hang on. Refresh the page. Oh my gosh, he is. That's crazy. Oh, there's Dorian. There's Zacchaeus. Wait a minute. Is Zacchaeus live? Is he doing... Because we've got Sir Beard as an option on both. You guys know that I love. If I can raid someone who's live on both Rumble and Twitch, that makes my life much easier and it's super fun. So who's doing that? Oh, Rumble exclusive. Okay, he's on Rumble exclusive tonight. Want to raid. Maybe what we do is find... Ah, there he is. Good. Okay. I'm thinking we raid Dorian on Twitch and Zacchaeus on Rumble. Easy in, easy out. That's what I think. Oh, but Twinkle's live. Have I raided Twinkles? I don't know that I've raided Twinkles lately. Or at all, ever. I don't know. If we gotta raid Twinkles. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're raiding Twinkles on Twitch. We're raiding Zacchaeus on Rumble. That's how we're going to do it. That's our executive decision. I've decided we're there. We've done it. Can we go to Mav? No. No, I gotta go see Twinkles. This dude is fabulous. And his community is always super welcoming. You guys know this. And I don't know ever get to raid him. I've raided Mav a lot. 2025, he was my most raided person, which is hilarious. So, it's oops, all crunch time. That's, you know what? That hurts me, but where's the lie? Where's the lie, Mouse? Where's the lie? All right. Raid. There's a raid message. It's right there. Check it out. I'm going to drop it in Rumble as well. Boom. There it is. If you are still awake, if you are still around, I'll be raiding two different places. On the Twitch side and on the Rumble side. You can raid on one, you can raid on both. I'd be grateful for either one. If you guys would copy the raid message, drop it over there, let them know who sent you. I'd be grateful. I never ask that anybody blindly follow or do any of that stuff. You do your own vibe check. If you want to stick around, stick around. If you don't, don't. You will have already done me and the Mafia community a kindness by going along and spreading some love. And that's that. That's what we're gonna do. So yeah, copy the thing if you wanna. You don't have to. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Okay. We gotta check this guy. Copy his name so I don't misspell it. Very important. That's crazy. Yeah, he was my #1 raid in 2025 for the whole year, Guts. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild. Okay, where is Zacchaeus? There he is. He's playing Fork Knife on Rumble exclusively tonight. And then I gotta copy my own raid message. Copy. Okay. Sabrina, good morning and goodbye. It's very good to see you, my friend. We are about to raid out, but I'm so glad that I got to see your name and your smiling face along with it before we did. Very excited. Very excited. I hope the time zones have been kind and that work has been... You're here, so that's an encouraging thing. I love that you've survived it. I love that you continue to survive it. All right, gang. Thank you. Thank you for tonight. This has been, again, so many hours, so many man hours have gone into this. So much planning has gone into this. Over a year of planning has gone into tonight in trying to get stuff lined up and trying to figure out, answer so many questions. What if this? What's best? How to do this? Best practices? So much. All while mitigating harm and maximizing good. That's been very difficult. I know that there's no pleasing everybody. I recognize that. That has been the chief hang-up. And it's held me up for too long, is trying to please everybody. So, alas, I cannot do so. But tonight was a good one, you guys. Again, I'm going to try to take this video, or remix it all tonight, and I'm going to try to get it chopped down tomorrow so that I can upload it to Rumble and to YouTube tomorrow, so that there is a shorter, more condensed version of all of the information that got passed along tonight, which was a lot, but it's very important. So if you're at all interested in the future of this thing, the future of this project and this community, I hope that you will give that video a share to a friend of yours who wasn't here, who missed it, anybody who was here tonight but feeling sick and they weren't around, whomever that all was. I didn't get to see a lot of chat, you guys know. I hope that you will, if one of them comes to mind, that you'll get it to them. We can also share it around the Discord or Discords in the extended community. So yeah, I hope that this is as exciting for you guys, or even a modicum as exciting for you guys as it is for me. This has been a very long time coming, and I'm very encouraged by where we're headed. Very encouraged. And I'm grateful for your guys' enthusiasm, those guys who've shown it. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Thank you. Whew. All right. Creep, it's good to see you. You missed a lot. That's going to be, it's going to be hard to catch you up I can't catch you up now. I'll be posting a video tomorrow that explains it all. Or you could just watch back the VOD and see it in long form. I think I kicked off the information telling like half an hour in, maybe? Something like that. Either half an hour in or 40 minutes in, something like that. So I apologize. I don't get to catch you up. Raiding out. Okay, so copy the raid message right up wherever the hell it went. It's up there somewhere. Oh, God. Up there? Up there? It's up there. It's up there. Someone dropped the raid message again. What'll it look like? What'll it look like? The weeks ahead of the first block parties. The weeks that remain ahead of the rendezvous. The months to come and the world to save. What will become of all of this? What will happen? It's going to be something. Oh, by the way, here's who we're raiding. In case anybody gets dropped, in case anybody gets left behind, this is where we're going. On Twitch side, that's where we're going. We're going to go see Zacchaeus on Rumble. That side hasn't been failing people, but Twitch side has. So that's where we're going. In case anybody gets left behind by the raid, that's where we're going to go. I need to get better about doing that. Okay. So, yeah. What is it? Thank you, Mouse. What does it look like to do all this stuff and to hopefully do it well? Come and see. Come and see. And as ever, I will strive to see that it's a decision that you don't regret. In the meantime, I wish for you each marvelous evenings, mornings, wherever ye be. And I will see you on the other side.